Hi guys, this video is going to be for my sun, moon, rising Scorpios for the month of March. What you guys are currently looking at is the energy you can expect to be feeling walking into the month of March. And then we're going to update the transits as we get to it. So let's get to it. All right, so March 1st, Venus goes retrograde in Aries in your 6th house in 10 degrees. First, I'm going to read to you what I channeled for the collective, and then I'm going to break it down how I feel like this could potentially manifest for you guys specifically. So retrogrades, going back, it's a redo, a review, revisiting something so you can make it better. So what do you guys really want? Think of that one scene from The Notebook. What do you want? You know, that one. Spiritual growth when it comes to your confidence on the topic of romance and knowing what you won't put up with and what you deserve. A change is taking place or knowing there is a need for an inner change, but this feels like you're going back to something left unfinished. The energy feels like, how do I get to where I want to go? Trying to figure out a plan, but not much action, out of protection for yourself. And I see a little birdie writing, and it feels like this is journaling, but again, not much action. So, in the 6th house, you guys have Aries. So 6th house can be looked at as work, literally what you guys do for a living, worker type of energy, meaning like not necessarily, it means you guys would definitely stand out in some type of way at work because you'd be eager to win, eager to be the best. You may be really fast paced. So if this is data entry, which Aries in the 6th house, it can definitely manifest that way. It's like you guys would turn everything into a competition at work within yourselves. Maybe for you guys, depends on your personal placements, if this would manifest you guys being competitive with, you know, your actual coworkers, but usually because you stand out in some type of way, there's some type of recognition, especially with all the fire signs in your 2nd, 6th, and 10th house. So you guys may basically attract enemies, attract haters. So yeah, so Venus in retrograde in your 6th house. For some of you, you may be realizing that you need more money. You may get a second job. You may get a part-time job, or this is you guys already, like wherever it is you work at currently, you may want a raise. You may feel like you are not getting what it is you're worth. There's some type of review when it comes to the income that you make. Or if you guys like your job, you don't have a problem with it, but it's just one of those things where maybe you guys make commission. Whatever this may be, it's like it would be hitting you right now with Venus retrograde, potentially. Where else did I want to go with that? So Venus rules the 2nd house and the 7th house in general. So with Uranus there's some type of shakeup when it comes to potentially contracts. So for those of you that are business owners or if you're in sales, it's like maybe people would be backing out of contracts, or maybe this is you guys backing out of something because you literally just you needed more time on something. You thought about it a little more and you're like, yeah, no, this isn't good. What else? The 7th house, but you guys actually have Venus in the 12th and then in the 7th too with Taurus. Okay, so if Venus rules Libra and Taurus, and this is in your 12th house and your 7th house, there would be some type of anger around like unexpected things. And I know, like, I feel like that's pretty, who maybe wouldn't get upset, but because Lilith is involved, it tells me like these sudden surprises maybe wouldn't be the best for you guys. You guys may feel like there is injustice with that Libra energy, with Lilith being there specifically. And then this makes you want to maybe put yourself out there, like applying for other jobs. So if it's not work, then Venus also rules love, right? So how I feel like this could manifest is you guys could not see the anger you have around relationships, or this is the time that you guys are actually able to get in touch with the unconscious mind. Because when Lilith is in the 12th house in Libra, it's like you're basically doing an Aries thing where you're just ignoring, and then all of a sudden you just explode, you know, you go off verbally on somebody with that 6th house, because it's traditionally ruled by Mercury, Virgo energy. But you guys have it in Aries. So this is like a volcano, especially with that Lilith. So you guys could have met somebody through work, at work, and you could realize like this is not working for you, either because you feel like they've pissed you off, they haven't been fair, they've done something not right, or it could be roles reverse. What else? Sudden surprises, something suddenly happening with Uranus in the 7th house, causing a shakeup, breakups. Yeah, I just think it's a redo. Now, if it's not love, if it's not money, then I feel like this is going to be talking about your health. Why? Because the 6th house traditionally belongs to Virgo energy. How do you take care of your body, your mental well-being? Do you guys eat the right food? I feel like with Uranus and Taurus, you guys, like ever since Uranus was in Taurus, not only is there like annoying shit happening in relationships where it's like, just stay, you know, and it's like they're not staying or you're not staying. But it's also, Taurus energy is, you know, food. So I do believe that this would be manifesting where it's like you may be trying to eat certain kinds of foods, or you're learning about due to sudden surprises, you know, either with your emotions, you could realize that like, okay, hey, it's true. When you eat healthier, you notice like your body is performing better, your mood swings aren't as high. Because for you guys with the 4th house in Aquarius, if the 4th house is traditionally ruled by the moon, and this is our emotions, feelings, and how we are at home when nobody else is with us, like, listen, this gives me moon and Aquarius energy. And, you know, and this is no shade, but I'm just saying like there are sudden highs and lows, and, you know, you may act out. Or if you don't act out, that's when Lilith in the 12th house acts out for you suddenly and may cause a disruption. So the thing is, you guys could be really affected by this mentally, physically, emotionally. And it's like there's a wake-up call here, and you guys have to do something. You guys have to start investing in yourselves, whether it's a gym, or it is meditating, or just eating healthier. You're buying certain foods right now in order to eat healthier, whatever. I'm repeating myself here. If you guys aren't actually doing these things, I feel like it's on your mind. The reason I'm saying that is because Mars, the ruler of Aries, is in Cancer. So this has an effect in regards to how this is going to manifest for you guys with that Venus in retrograde. Mars is in your 9th house. This is causing, like, for some of you, it's manifesting where it's like there are issues with manifesting. Literally, there are issues with manifesting because a lack in belief. And I feel like it would, again, give me moon and Aquarius energy where there's ups and downs, ups and downs. And yeah, I mean, that's how life is, right? Life isn't always positive. It's not always happy. But the thing is, depending where somebody's moon is placed, they may be able to better like regulate those emotions. When moon is in Aquarius, it's a bit harder. It depends how it's placed and what it's talking to. But for you guys with Mars in the 9th house, I feel like there's probably trouble in believing in yourself due to your emotions, your feelings. So it's like if you're feeling down, then maybe you won't like spend money on the right food or the right gym or yourself because you're like, I don't deserve this, you know, or, you know, everybody's an asshole. Mars in the 9th house, this also gives me energy about conflicts at home, conflicts with the mother. Let's see what else. I just thought of something too. So it's like Your emotions and your belief system could fluctuate due to problems with money, with Uranus and Taurus. Even though it's like in your 7th house, it could be because maybe contracts aren't coming in, maybe because sales aren't happening. I don't know, whatever this is. At the end of the day, this gives me Uranus in the 2nd house and Taurus vibes, which is talking about sudden ups and downs with your wallet, with your money, and the things also you value are changing at this time in general. More so connected to business partnerships, relationships, people that you would feel close enough to lend money to. Let's put it like that. Just something is changing here. Is there anything else I want to say to that? So, and I know everybody wants to know, which makes sense to me, is the ex going to come back? With Venus ruling Libra in your 12th house, Lilith being there, yes. I don't feel like it would be anything positive at this time. Why? Because Venus is in retrograde. I do this thing, I'm sorry, I know it's my own Libra and Gemini placements where it's like, make a decision, where's your integrity? But I'm in between. So I'm not gonna not go into a relationship because Venus is in retrograde. I'm not. Do I think realistically it may cause issues? Yeah, I would be lying if I didn't. I just think those issues may not break you. That's what I'm trying to say. Do I believe in timing and predictions with astrology? Fuck yeah, of course I do. I've seen it myself in my own life. But it doesn't mean it's not going to work out. It just doesn't. So this is Oceana. Anyway, I do think people from the past would come back. Why? Because of the retrograde, yes. But because you guys literally have Libra in your 12th house, which talks about the past, and Lilith being here. So I think something would piss you off. That would be because it would be unfair in the way that it's happening. And then Venus ruling Taurus in your 7th house, it would happen suddenly, shockingly. And of course, to further confirm what it is I'm saying, the 11th house is traditionally ruled by Aquarius, right? Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. But you guys have the South Node in the 11th house. The South Node speaks of the past. So for a lot of you, this would speak of the ex all of a sudden like popping up because of social media, watching you 1000%. I think no matter what, because you guys are Scorpios, or most of you guys are, or even if you're rising Scorpio, you're going to feel that Scorpio energy where it's like people from the past won't let you go. And but the South Node in the 11th house, this is the internet. The past, people from the past that you've been sexually intimate with will be watching you, more so with Lilith in the 12th and the South Node in the 11th house. Now, again, for some of you, would this be people from work that you're like reconnecting with? Yeah, because Virgo's work. But for some of you, this is going back to an old idea regarding work or a health regimen. You guys may be signing up for some type of online course on the internet, taking care of yourself. Anything else I want to say to all of that? No. Okay. So, also another one, I'm sorry, Cancer. Cancer energy is the past. So if Mars is the ruler of Aries and Venus is in retrograde in Aries, these would be men from the past coming back. And if I have men watching this, then I would say, yeah, the same thing would be manifesting for you guys, except these would be females that are overly emotional, and for you guys specifically are extremely dogmatic because it's the 9th house. But this may make it harder for you guys because you guys value dogmatic energy. It's not easy. All right. March 2nd, Mercury in Pisces will be conjunct Neptune in Pisces in your 5th house in 28 degrees. Oh, wait, I have to go back. I'm sorry. Follow me here. Venus in retrograde is in 10 degrees. It's Capricorn energy. It's Saturnian energy. So I do believe for a lot of you, this is talking about a redo regarding work, putting yourself out there, resumes, old ideas, or taking yourself more seriously, taking your health more seriously, or taking relationships more seriously, or your sex, the body, there could be a belief system developing now because of Mars being in the ninth. There's like anger around this, thinking like you guys get fucked over all the time or something like that, or it's just a hard time believing. But this is because your emotions are like this while Mars is in Cancer in the ninth house. So if the universe works off of energy, it's like you guys can't manifest like that. You can't. And that's also why you guys value Sagittarius energy in the second house. That type of energy can manifest positive things in their life as long as it's like, it's positive things and things that make sense. Okay. All right. So getting back to what I was saying, March 2nd, Mercury and Neptune in your fifth house. So in 28 degrees is Cancer energy, the past or the mother, property, your feelings, nurturing energy, things of that nature. So what do I think this means in your fifth house of romance, dating, or being on stage, meaning being seen, because the sun traditionally rules the fifth house. It's traditionally ruled by Leo. So I think your mind will definitely be on the past and the future, because that's Pisces energy for you. It's the past and the future. I think you guys will be thinking about, for some of you, how to manifest, because 28 degrees gives me Cancer energy. Pluto is in your fourth house. This is where traditionally Cancer energy belongs, right? So it's like you guys would be more in power or feel powerful if you guys truly, whether you're in touch with this or not, be able to really balance out your feelings and your emotions. Like if you can control your feelings, then you're not going to experience these erratic moments, these eighth house moments, which is what you guys technically rule. Scorpio rules the eighth house. And this could be like just sudden endings or just sudden like power trip dynamics, because it all feels like somebody's trying to control you, have the upper hand. But meanwhile, it's like you guys may already have this thing with yourselves where you do the same thing unconsciously or consciously, because people have been doing this to you since forever. So it's like you feel safer if like you guys run the show pretty much. But then it's like if you keep in that cycle, you're gonna keep attracting a mess. So for those of you that are in your evolved Scorpio energy, I want to say Pluto in the Aquarius in the fourth house would be more, if it's not like transforming your emotions and your feelings, then this is talking about friendship and the things you guys value. Because Uranus, again, rules Aquarius in your fourth house, and it's currently in your seventh house of business partnerships, committed relationships, just people that you have some type of serious, connection with. So yeah. I think you guys would be daydreaming about all that type of stuff. It's definitely daydream vibes. I mean, what I channel for the collective is traveling far distance places, out of the country, near water, daydreamer, trouble focusing, where did the time go, escapism, conversations about non-tangible things, spirituality, religion, a belief system, or talking about traveling or planning a trip, or talking to people who don't live close to you or who speak another language or who are a different culture. Seeing psychics, astrologers, writing a book, writing a movie, journaling, reflecting, watching a movie, talking while escaping, meaning like, you're drinking and having a good time. So for you guys specifically, I feel like you could be talking to people on the internet, like dating apps. You guys could be daydreaming about these people. The reason I'm going there is because fifth house, I think of romance. So that's where I'm going to start with this. If fifth house is romance and Mercury is talking, I think you guys would be talking to people who don't live close to you. If it's not a distance thing, then I just feel like these people would be very Pisces-like, which is super healing. Okay. It's like even people you don't vibe with, healers have healer energy, and you just feel better talking to them or hearing them talk or just listening to them. And sometimes you may not even agree with the things they say, but you're just like, I feel better, And so that's why Pisces energy has to be careful ultimately, because they have healer energy, despite wherever they may be in their own mind. And I know you guys usually vibe with Pisces energy, but still can get taken advantage of. So yeah, I think a lot of you would have been either thinking about people from the past, because Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini, and you guys have the South Node in Virgo in the 11th house. Maybe you guys were on the internet. You guys were, I don't know, stalky, and you know, you're reminiscing. Your feelings are involved because the 28 degrees. With Pluto in the 4th house in Aquarius, I never thought of it this way. You guys are definitely, it's like the things you guys value are changing, but it could be because of what it is you guys are learning on the internet. It's interesting. What else? What else? What else? What else? I lost my train of thought. Okay, so Jupiter being in the 8th house, these would be secretive conversations. Why? Because Mercury rules Gemini, and this is your 8th house. This is what's going on behind your back, what's going on inside, like internally. What is, since it's in Gemini, this is one thought turns into another thought, turns into another thought, but it's also talking a lot. So you guys would be doing this, or this is like how another may make you guys feel at this time, because Jupiter's the original ruler of Pisces. There could be some type of anger around this because the 12th house is traditionally ruled by Pisces. You guys have Lilith there in Libra. So you may feel like something is unfair in connection to this. It's definitely something from the past, or that Venus in retrograde on the same axis as Libra. Why am I even going there? Because Pisces traditionally rules that 12th house. So it's just like with Virgo being on the same axis as Pisces, there would be something here connected no matter what, because they're living on the same block pretty much, just on opposite sides. So yeah, anything else I want to add to that? Mercury conjunct Neptune, talking to, and if you're not talking to these people, it's just on your mind. And it may be because you guys want to believe in something, truthfully, because 28 degrees is Cancer energy, the 9th house. I think you guys are having, I think you guys want to take action or believe in something, and you're having difficulty. Or you guys could be fighting about belief systems. It's another way it could manifest, definitely, especially with Chiron and Aries in that 6th house. But I think you guys are looking to heal. That's how I think it's manifesting for most of you. Okay. That same day, March 2nd, Sun in Pisces is squaring Jupiter in Gemini. So a square is a tension. It's, I said that weird. It's tension. It's a block. It's a holdup. More time is required. So because of all that, you may feel like you need to act. You may feel like you need to take action. It definitely manifests in one of two ways. It's like either that way, or you're going to feel depressed. You're going to feel down. You may have loner moments. That's what squares do. It's, think of, so if the sun is in Pisces in your 5th house, right? And there's a square, I literally think of like something blocking the sun out, and you can only see a little bit. So it's like you're not able to see something clearly, but you can feel it because it's the sun in Pisces. Sun in Pisces is still intuitive. So it's like you may want to really be able to achieve something, especially because the sun is Leo energy. This is fire energy. And talking to Jupiter, Jupiter is fire energy too. This traditionally rules Sagittarius, but it's in Gemini, words, speaking. So the fact that it's happening in the 5th house, the sun in the 5th house squaring the 8th house, you guys may want the truth. You guys may want to see something clearly and have difficulty with this, or you may believe you see the truth for as it is. And then it causes some type of problem. Or I would say you guys, the sun being positive, optimistic, happy energy, and the Jupiter being optimistic, laughing, wisdom, teacher energy, spirituality, or some type of belief system, I think you guys would want to be able to express something out loud. I think you may have difficulty with it. That's what I think. Or you may feel super confident and go overboard. That's another way too. So what I channeled for the collective is feeling super confident, but not really seeing things as they really are, but more so seeing them the way that makes you feel really good. Meaning you may be gaslighting yourself here. I think as long as you don't lead people on with your words or push people's boundaries by the topics you choose to engage in, potentially a belief system here, this is fine. But the problem is, will you be able to see this? So the advice here is try to tread lightly. So for those of you that are like on the dating apps, you may bring this up, or maybe another person would bring up the topic, and it's like, it would be a belief system. And it's like, whoa, we don't even know each other. Like, how dare you, you know, like, and that's how it could manifest too. It could literally create some type of tension or argument, or the person doesn't really say anything, but they may do one of these, like, because maybe you are being vocal about something you believe in, and then that other person is just like sitting across the table from you on a date, like, so anyway, you know, like, because they're trying to be polite. But meanwhile, they're thinking, wow, like, we barely know each other. I can't believe you just expressed all of that, you know, your beliefs on, because Pisces energy is usually, it traditionally rules the 12th house. You guys may be talking about relationships, and your beliefs on them, or it could be a belief system, or it could be, I feel like how this could be too is like how people feel about people who go on social media and create, you know, content, you know, whether it's teaching the things that they want to teach. And then a lot of guys, not just guys, but women too out there, like, they'll have a problem with social media content creators. Like, who do you think you are? You know, like, you just want this, you just want that, you want attention. And it's like, I can see how it comes off that way, but it's like, what the fuck does it matter at the end of the day? Like, I really genuinely don't understand people like that who care so much. Like, who cares, you know? Like, so I feel like this could be one of those things where somebody's expressing like, and I can't stand women who have their own channels and they sound like they hate men. And it's like, you know, this could definitely be that. And it's like, why the fuck do you care? Don't you have more energy to put into, like, with something else? So yeah, I would say, and you know, this transit, it's lasting. It's not just on March 2nd. So just try to be mindful of the things we're talking about. How else could this manifest? Either feeling really confident, happy, lucky, optimistic, or the complete and total opposite. Yeah, definitely. It's like I said, it's going to be one extreme or the other one, because it's Jupiter. So it's going really big somewhere, even with that square. So it's like you may feel really down. Friendly reminder, it's just a transit. It isn't forever. What else? Before you go out and potentially gamble on this day, ask yourself the following. What are you risking by doing this, and should you? Having fun is great, but the consequences may not make it worth it. Yeah, so Jupiter being the 8th house, this is definitely sex, even though it's in Gemini, you know? So I would say that you guys may be feeling extra confident with that sun in the 5th house. Sun being in the 5th house, it tells me you guys are being seen when it comes to romance, dating. Unfortunately, it could just be people from the past that are like reminiscing about you. And it's like, who the fuck cares? You know, it's great, like, maybe for your ego, but like on a deeper level, does it really matter? Like, there's a reason people are in our past, right? So I think you guys may be feeling super confident. Also, I feel like this could be one of those things when somebody's testing you. And this is why it's like the 8th house is involved with Jupiter here, and there's a square, because it's like they're trying to hide their, like the real reason, I can't think of the word right now, I don't know why, that they're doing something. They're asking you a question, but they're trying to feel you out. So I feel like this would be more so. So for my ladies who are out there dating, a guy may try some stupid thing, or for my guys too, somebody may try something stupid instead of just being straightforward and asking you. So yeah, there would just be difficulty seeing or understanding something clearly. Or you may feel like somebody's saying something intentionally just to test you. Why am I saying that? Because when a square is involved with the 8th house, I feel like it's not that it's paranoia, because it may not be, but either way, it's like you don't have the evidence, you don't have the proof. So yeah, there's just, I think it could, yeah, anyway. Feeling blocked or keeping people out, you may want to, in conversation, express the knowledge you feel confident about, and that's fine. Just make sure it's not too preachy. You don't want to go overboard here. Everyone loves a confident person who has everyone's attention, but try to make sure it's on a topic everyone feels comfortable about. Example, religion, spirituality. Maybe not so much, who knows? Understand other people's boundaries in every literal sense. Try to really pay attention, because if you are feeling really good around this transit, you may not see the no, but no does mean no. Also, I think that's because some of you may be drinking too, and you may, misunderstand things. I want to say this in the nicest way possible, but if you experience the nice version of this energy, enjoy it. Meaning the delusion part. So like, as long as you're not out there hurting anybody and you're feeling super confident about yourself, go with it. Why? Because this is what I tell people, like, you need some type of delusion in your life. Obviously not in the serious ways, not with contracts, with romance, people who like you should allow into your inner world. Like, no, you shouldn't have delusion there. No, like, pay attention. Delusion I'm talking about when it comes to your confidence. Like, because what the fuck does it matter? You know who manifests things that way? The people that everybody thought was fucking delusional. The people in Hollywood, the singers, the actors, the people behind the stage making things happen, because that's fucking Hollywood energy. Literally, Neptune is Hollywood. The sun, that's Leo energy. These are celebrities. So it's like those people literally saw something in a certain way and they made something for themselves. Because whether it was delusional or not, whether it came off that way, they were tapping into something that nobody else could see. So like I said, this is that type of energy to me. Why? Because Jupiter is the original ruler of Pisces, Hollywood. Anytime I see Jupiter, it's usually, depending where it is in someone's chart, it's usually connected to fame. It's connected to popularity. It's connected to being seen, bumping into celebrities. Why? I'm just saying, if you need that confidence, like, and you feel you lack in it, it's your world. Just don't hurt people. That's all. Okay, let's move on. March 4th, Mercury enters Aries in your 6th house. So wait, really quick. I'm sorry. Going back to Jupiter squaring the sun, I feel like with the 9th house, you guys have Mars in Cancer. And traditionally, this is ruled by Sagittarius, right? And Jupiter is literally in that 8th house right now, in Gemini. So yeah, I do feel like you guys would want to express something when it comes to either a belief system you feel because of home, the way you were raised, or because the sun rules Leo and it's in your 10th house, you may feel like you want to express something about work, about something in your life that maybe you want to be recognized for or seen, and you may feel blocked, or you may feel like, due to a belief system, Jupiter, dogmatic about that, it's bad to express yourself that way. So you kind of hide certain things. So again, kind of going back to what I was saying before about people who have like social media content, that's 5th house energy for you, right? So there may be a belief system, literally even about yourselves, where it's like you feel bad about yourself if you were to express that inner child or childlike energy or be playful, so it's like, you won't do it, so that's also another way it could manifest. Okay, so getting back to my point, March 4th, Mercury enters Aries in that 6th house of yours. So I think some of you may be signing contracts when it comes to maybe a physical gym, some type of regimen you're adding to your schedule to be healthier. So maybe you guys are actually literally creating a schedule. Because Venus is here in retrograde, maybe this is you guys writing down, because Mercury is communication, your thoughts. You guys could literally be writing down a budget. You guys could be writing down a whole new plan, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you know, from beginning to end, or just something that would help you guys, and put it on paper in order maybe to better love yourself with Venus in retrograde in that 6th house. What else do I think? Oh, with Mercury in the 6th house and Venus, okay, this is definitely traveling. This is investing money into traveling, talking about traveling, or spending money on cars. What have you guys been going through? I'm genuinely curious. Like, how are your vehicles? Like, what's going on out there in the world? Because with Mercury in the 6th house and Venus in retrograde, and Mars ruling Aries in the 9th house, I feel like you guys could have experienced, for some of you, I'm sure, some type of issue with your car, your vehicle. Yeah, let me know. Anyway, Mercury enters Aries. How is this going to manifest? So for the collective, conversations about yourself. Try to think before you speak, because you may regret how you said something, not that you said it. Try not to drive too fast. Never mind. A dirty mind, talking way too fast, so slow it down just a little. Not wanting to fight, but you're also not willing to back down. Arguments in your head with yourself, because Mars equals arguments and Aries equals the self. For those that are on the dating apps, talking to multiple people, go slow due to Venus and Aries being in retrograde and Mars, the ruler of Aries, being in Cancer. Your higher self will be guiding you down a specific path to choose from. For some of the collective, I'm seeing something specific about the male regarding this transit. Arguments with the mother or home, knowing something is coming your way. Some of you may be moving during this time. So yeah. So I know, like, for most of my Scorpios, I'm sure it's not all of you, because that's why I try not to, like, I try my hardest not to ask about zodiac signs and all that stuff, because I think there's so much more to it than just your zodiac sign. That's all I'm trying to say. So I know for the most part, usually Scorpio energy is not fond of Aries energy. However, what I would say is that Aries energy does help motivate people to be their best, or to try their hardest. It's usually why. So it usually manifests this way: like, people want to take Aries down, so then they end up like stepping up. So technically, it's like, even if this didn't manifest like in a positive way, you ended up like, for some of you, pushing yourself harder. Because, you know, Aries energy. So I would say that this is manifesting when it comes to contracts with work. You may be like non-negotiable when it comes to putting your resume out there, or non-negotiable when it comes to the money you want. So for those of you that are looking for a pay raise, I feel like your mind would, it depends on your limited belief. Like with Mars and Cancer in the 9th house, you guys may not be believing in yourself at this time, especially with Venus in retrograde. There's definitely a light being like shining on here. But with Lilith in the 12th house in Libra, you guys feel like something is unfair. You're not being seen in the way that you should be. You're not getting recognition. Because I'm saying this, Mercury and Venus and Chiron are on the other side of the axis. So there's definitely some type of anger around this. Or it could be manifesting when it comes to dating. South Node in Virgo in that 11th house. Reason I'm going there is because Mercury rules Virgo. So yeah, I feel like a lot of you would be looking for another job at this time. Social networking. I think also you guys would be talking to people you used to work with, used to work for, or people who used to work for you. I do think there would be arguments for some of you, again, at work, or you may be keeping this all in just because Mars is in Cancer in the 9th house. Mars is the ruler of Aries. So I do think something's probably going on, which also causes you guys to think about what else to do for work. Anything else I want to say to that? 3rd house and the 6th house. Virgo, and where's Saturn? 5th house. I think a lot of you want to do something creative at this time, or something for fun. Or you're trying to figure out a way where you can make money off of maybe like a side hustle or something you like to do. The reason I'm going there is because Mercury rules the 3rd house and the 6th house. You guys have Capricorn in the 3rd house. So Saturn's the ruler, and it's currently in your 5th in Pisces. So you guys may be having difficulty with this because Lilith, again, in the 12th house, some type of anger. All right, March 5th. Mercury in Aries in your 6th house is sextiling Pluto in Aquarius in your 4th. So again, March 5th, we have Mercury in Aries in your 6th house, sextiles Pluto in Aquarius. So sextile is the potential. It's blessings, manifesting, only if you put work into this, okay? If you take action. But if you don't, if you do nothing, then this energy will just sit. So what I'm about to say is the potential. So Mercury squaring Pluto. Transformative conversations where you're giving advice to your friends or clients, changing the way you speak, putting efforts into friendships or putting effort into humanitarian things, transforming your own mind or learning how to do this on the internet for yourself, or just learning something new, possibly related to some type of activity related to water and technology. Example, boating for beginners. Learning how to become powerful on social media in order to increase your money. Conversations about sex or just passionate conversations. Traveling. Becoming a powerful leader and speaker. So Mercury talking to Pluto right away, since this is your mind, I think of being able to transform your mind in order to do better for yourself mentally. In order for your mental well-being, it's like you need to take your power back, quote unquote, when it comes to being able to control your feelings and emotions. Don't allow feelings and emotions to control you. That's what I get for a lot of you here. For some of you where it's not talking about this, then I would say friends, conversating with friends potentially on this day. It's connected to the internet, could be connected to some type of activity for sure. Why? Aries energy. Activities, physically doing something, especially in that 6th house, investing money as well, with Venus being in retrograde. Jupiter in Gemini in your 8th house. Yeah, I feel like there would be conversations going on. Maybe you're just not being public about it. The reason I'm going there is because Mercury rules Gemini and it's in your 8th house. So yeah, I think you guys are spending money. I think this could be like a group-oriented thing. And I think it will transform the relationships you're currently in, or transform what it is you value about friends or things that you're doing health-wise to be mentally better, physically better, as well as spiritually, okay? Why? Because the North Node is in Pisces and the South Node's in Virgo, and Lilith is in the 12th house. So it's like you guys need some type of outlet. What else do I want to say? I never finished that thought process about Aries and Scorpio. So with Mercury being in Aries, so I did something recently and I was like, oh man, I have to talk about this because I feel like this is the misunderstanding here. Because I'm telling you, because you guys will definitely be feeling this type of energy. But I truly believe I don't think anything's truly debilitated, because it's like those, like I do understand that it is in a sense, but I just think everything's intentional. I think we signed up for our own karmic lessons, our own life, whether we want to believe that or not. That's how I feel. So Mercury in Aries, for example, this gets a bad rap. However, I do believe that it's like, while this is transiting, this is going to help you guys in some type of way, whether it's learning something about yourself or to trust spirit. So if Mercury in Aries is talking fast or acting fast, it could be in your best interest. It could create breakups. It could create tensions in areas in your life that you didn't realize you actually needed. So it may feel like you made a mistake, but did you? It's like, I don't think so. I mean, you guys have to apply common sense. Maybe it did, but recently there was, I was trying to sign, I was thinking about signing a contract for something. And I was like, instantly, when I asked the guy if he was negotiable, he said no. I got up from my chair and I said, okay, no problem. And to be honest with you guys, like, that's how I felt. Like, that's how I felt. There was nothing else to it. It's like, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time when it comes to a conversation that's unnecessary. Because to me, if you're not willing to compromise or meet me halfway, then you don't need to finish what it is you're saying, because I truly don't fucking care. And I know how that sounds, and I know it's rude. But the thing is, this is like, Mercury in Aries energy feels like it's looking out for you and themselves. Like, we're saving you time. And the thing is, because it's so straightforward, since it's so blunt, that usually hits you in like the biggest way, where most people can't actually focus on the bigger picture, where Mercury in Aries is actually looking out. It's like, no, you don't understand. Time is valuable. And I don't want you to waste any more words. Like, that was like my thought process, because it's like, I truly know where you're going with this conversation, and I'm genuinely not interested. So I'm going to save us both the trouble, both the stress and the worry, and I'm going to get up. So instantly I physically got up, and the guy goes, whoa, 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 sit down. We're just having a conversation. It's like, and I'm like, you know, there's a thing about body language, right? Like, my arms were down, like my chest was open, like, I'm fine. Like, it wasn't like a sales tactic. It wasn't me trying to negotiate to get my way. I wasn't like threatening him by like getting up. It's like, no, I'm literally feeling guided. Like, I don't like you. I don't think this is fair. It's not fair. I know it's not fair. So you've already told me more than I need to know, and I'm going to go with that. But instead, it's like he really thought like I was argumentative, defensive. And guys, if I could play what had happened in that office, like, there's nothing there. I just got up. So I think you guys need to be mindful of people who act fast and speak fast. They may be thinking that they just cut the bullshit. Like, we're just straight talkers, you know? So I think you're going to be experiencing that with yourself. And I say, listen to that, as well as others you may experience that with. All right. So March 8th, Sun in Pisces in your 5th house will be trining Mars and Cancer in your 9th house. So a trine is energy that comes naturally to you, that sometimes you don't even notice it, because it comes so easily. Natural talents, gifts, sometimes this causes laziness, or this can be something literally being given to you. What I've also noticed about trines, I don't know, maybe people talk about this, but I don't feel like it always means it's manifesting good energy. Like, if you have 2 malefic planets that are trining, I just think it means you could easily bring stupid stuff your way. That's all. All right, so motivated to take action, confident, feeling like you may be blocked from achieving something, but it doesn't stop you. Conflicts may come easily, but the energy is try again, never give up if things don't go as planned. Having faith as well as in yourself, being able to see through people's words. So yeah, so with that 5th house and the 9th house, wanting to have faith, wanting to be able to manifest, wanting to have a belief system, wanting to be able to take action based off of your confidence. So whatever you've been procrastinating, whatever you've been holding yourself back with, it's like you would feel more motivated to act on that. But because Mars is involved, it may attract some haters. It may attract some type of So I just think it would also attract, it may be, your confidence may come off as confrontational. You know, like I was saying before, I really didn't mean anything, but it wasn't a tactic and I was fine. And he kept trying to, like, he was so taken back. He was just like, sit down. And I'm just confident. That's all. Like, I just want to keep it moving. Like, I'm feeling motivated to take action here in this area of my life. And like, I don't think it's with you. So anyway, so yeah, the sun again, Pisces in the 5th house. This is being able to express yourself, your confidence, or a belief system, because Pisces is involved, or your daydream energy. Trining Mars in Cancer. So yeah, I think for some of you, this would have been talking about sex for sure, because Jupiter rules that 9th house traditionally, and it's in your 8th house. So I feel like you guys could have just put yourselves out there and then, you know, hooked up with somebody. Or you could have expressed a belief system and then got, you know, maybe like positive feedback, something like that. March 11th, Mercury in Aries in your 6th house will be conjunct Venus in Aries in retrograde in 8 degrees. 8 degrees is Scorpio energy. It's you guys. So when Mercury is talking to Venus in a positive way, this is like, the things you say are beautiful. You are a diplomat. You are socially, you know, polite. I don't know. Your tone of voice could be really pleasant. The way you speak could be really nice. Because it's in 8 degrees, Scorpio energy, I think for sure sex would have been involved here. If it's not sex, then it's transforming your mind on love, transforming your mind on self-love, because Aries, the self. And because you guys have Vesta currently in Scorpio in your 1st house, you guys are passionate about yourselves. You guys are passionate about transforming your feelings at this time, transforming your home life, transforming your inner world and your belief system. I think for a lot of you, with Mercury ruling Virgo and Gemini, you guys may want to express your feelings. But it really all stems from your confidence, whether you're confident or not. So you may be noticing this about yourself right now, that you're not as confident as you'd like to be, because the Venus in retrograde. And it would all have to do with outside things that are outside of you. So you guys would be dealing with, if you're constantly rejected, then you feel like you're not lovable. If you're constantly being told no, then it's like you would think, how can I ever be told yes? You know, things like that. And it's like you guys are being tested with Mars in the 9th house to believe, you know, because Mars traditionally is that energy that really can manifest. It's the magician, but it can only manifest if it literally takes action. So you guys are truly being asked to take action on what it is you want to make happen with that Pluto in the 4th house. So it's not going to come to you. If you guys are trying law of attraction stuff, it's not that I don't believe in that, but if we believe in the transits and astrology and like what's going to work for you at this time, it would be through action. And it's like the only way to manifest through action is if you actually believe in something, okay? Because Cancer in the 9th house, you have to have some type of belief, whether it's literally you guys. You have to transform something here with Pluto in that 4th house in Aquarius. Could be belief in that you are a powerful being, that you can attract money to you. You can attract good people to you with Uranus in the 7th house. I think also secrets would be going on this day. I think secrets, meaning like with the 8 degrees, you guys could be secretly putting out your application. You could be secretly having a part-time job. You could, you know, or secretly be talking to somebody. All right, so conjunction is neighbors, strong energy, intensified energy. 2 energies merging, you will feel both energies at once. So if Mercury in Aries is very straightforward, very direct, you guys would have thoughts on either your money or love, things that make you feel comfortable, or self-confidence about yourself. okay? And you would be trying to cut to the chase, you know, like, let's solve the problem here. Let's get to it. What do I need to do? Because there's too much mental conflict. Mars rules Aries and Mercury's here. This is your mind and your thoughts. And the fact it's happening in the 6th house, this is like too much stamina, too much energy. So yeah, meditation would definitely be advised for you guys with that 6th house energy. Could manifest as talk dirty, talk money, real talk, or talk nothing at all. Love, money, self-worth, or being an entrepreneur on the mind, or actual conversations about these topics. These would be old topics that are coming back up. People will want in on your energy, meaning they'll want to talk to you, and for some, they may want to sleep with you. Sexual thoughts, a reinvention, revisiting old ideas on your physical appearance, and potentially wanting to switch it up. This may have to do with your clothes, hair, makeup, style. Your mind will be transforming for the better, meaning if you believe you know everything already, you'll be realizing there is more to learn. People from the past wanting to talk. All right, so is there anything else I want to add to that? Venus rules your 7th house and the 12th. No. Okay, March 12th, Sun in Pisces in your 5th house, conjunct Saturn in Pisces at 22 degrees. So the Sun and Saturn, it's good. It's good because it helps you do the things you need to do. It helps you be responsible. It helps you look at things in through a practical lens. So it's like, get real, you know. So the Sun wants to shine. The Sun is the child. And it's also masculine energy. And then we also have Saturn, which is the father. So the father rules, Saturn rules karmic lessons, the hard life lessons we don't want to learn, but we have to learn. This is Saturn. And it's vibing with the Sun, which means your self-expression. I think you would be taking creative endeavors very seriously at this time because some of you, you're trying to make money off of it. I'm going there because it's also in 22 degrees, which is Saturn energy. It's Capricorn energy. But it's all manifesting in your 5th house, self-expression or creativity. Or for some of you, this could also be talking about having children. For some of you that really do want like a new job, it's like you're putting yourself out there and you're definitely being seen. With Saturn ruling Capricorn, that 3rd house, this is your career. Leo rules your 10th house, which is the Sun. So yeah, I think you guys would definitely be trying to come up with some type of strategy for yourselves on how to make money in a way that connects to a belief you have about yourself. Like, yeah, damn it, I should be making more money. Or yeah, I actually want to make money in a way that feels fun or is passionate to me, or where I'm the entrepreneur. That's how this looks to me. All right, so being responsible and taking yourself seriously, doing what needs to be done, discipline, being seen for work, being seen for creativity, being connected to your higher self, being able to connect to the divine, your angels, your spirit guides on this day, meaning being able to see things very clearly as they are. If this doesn't end up resonating, I would say pay attention to your intuition or pay attention to your dreams. Because when the Sun is in Pisces, to me, this is like, I can see, even when you can't really see, even if there's a wall up, even if there's a bunch of fog, it's like, okay, I know the binoculars, they're a bit like cloudy, but I know what I'm seeing through the clouds. So, what else? So yeah, what are you seeing about yourselves at this time that you want to make a reality? Put some work into it. Put some work into it. Okay. March 14th, we have a lunar eclipse and a full moon in Virgo. 23 degrees. So what are full moons? I don't feel like everybody experiences full moons or new moons in the same way. I think it would be really hard to be like, no, this is how you're going to experience a new moon. This is how you're going to experience a full moon. No, it really just depends what's going on in your personal chart, but I'm going to give it to you like the general meaning of this. So the full moon is said to bring a powerful energy that can be a time for letting go, starting fresh, and manifesting intentions because our desires become clear. Okay, and a lunar eclipse is a powerful time for emotional cleansing, renewal, setting intentions, time to embrace the natural cycles of transformation and changes. So, by the way, I definitely believe, whoa, my face, why is it so close? So, as I was saying, I definitely believe solar eclipses and lunar eclipses, that these are powerful for sure. I'm with that. And because of when I channel around these time frames, I read somewhere where it said connect with deities, spirits, and universal energies. 100% with the deities. There's something up with that. I'm telling you. I think it has to do with like ancient Egypt, like, and what they were doing around the pyramids around this time. Oh my God, some of the things I channel, beautiful. Oh man, back then I can't even imagine like what they were doing, like magic wise. For sure, the level of magic was crazier back then. Wild. Anyway, I'll stop. So, okay, you guys have a full moon in your 11th house in 23 degrees. Now, it's funny because 23 degrees is an Aquarius energy. 11th house traditionally is ruled by Uranus, Aquarius energy. So what do I believe is involved here with what's going to be illuminated for you guys specifically? Your 7th house and your 4th house. Why? Because Aquarius is in your 4th house. And then you guys have Uranus in your 7th house in Taurus. So I think something's going to be illuminated specifically when it comes to the people, like how you put yourself out there, social networking, resumes, the people you talk to when it comes to work. Or for some of you, this is going to be talking about, for my entrepreneurs, how you guys make your money, because 11th house is your deepest dreams and desires. So I think something's going to be illuminated about like your group of people. And also what it is you're doing for a living. So I think also for a lot of you guys got to be careful around this time, because Virgo, I think, is very sexual energy. So if the South Node's here and it's on the same axis as your 5th house, romance, for you guys, truly big time, you got to be careful about what's being illuminated when it comes to how you treat your body, you know, like not just letting anybody sleep with you guys or hook up with you guys, you know. So Mercury rules Virgo and it's in your 6th house, the body, literally, and it's in Aries. So what would be illuminated is something about a belief system. There could be anger around this. You could be seeing how things aren't happening for you, or what you need to get rid of when it comes to either dating, romance, or job-wise, or limited beliefs in order to manifest things for you. So yeah. All right, what to expect. For some of you, how you take care of your body, health is being illuminated, or your daily regimen, or maybe how you go about healing. For some of you, feeling something intuitive about your body. 1000% I'm getting right now with Pluto in the 4th house in Aquarius, like not letting your nerves, your emotions and feelings take control, because you're going to see like the downfall or something within yourself and how it physically and mentally affects you guys. And then that could then affect your work and love and everything else it is you want to manifest. And meanwhile, it's like you guys may not be in touch with that fact and just think like you deserve bad things, or bad things always happen to you. And that's because you got Mars in Cancer. You're literally fighting something because of things that are happening in your life or not happening. For some of you, hookups, make sure this is what you want, or do you want more? For me personally, Virgo energy does not always equal squeaky clean, but it can manifest as freak in the sheets type of energy. So I think a lot of people will be feeling their body talking to them in that sense. Yeah, I think a lot of the collective is going to be, honey. I just do. What else? On the other side of that didn't make any sense. On the other side of the spectrum, Virgo energy can be very healing when it comes to church or any type of belief you have. So something like this may be connected to what you experience. Yeah, definitely. Also, like I said, the belief, you guys may feel driven, Mars, to take action, Mars, to start believing in yourself, because that's where your power is. That's the beauty of it all for you guys specifically, because Pluto is power, it's leader. But it's like in the 4th house, it is your emotions, your feelings, and it's like if you don't control this, then everything else will, could be an earthquake. That's what I think of with Moon in Aquarius. An earthquake randomly. Work. What needs to be fixed in order to make work for you? You may realize you need to take better care. Did I just say this? You may realize you need to take better care of your physical appearance, to incorporate better self-care, self-love practices. Vesta in the 1st house. Yeah. You guys are feeling passionate about yourselves. You may, feel more powerful. Again, it all comes back to your feelings and emotions and having that not control you in order to be your best self. With Uranus and Taurus, Taurus is beauty. So yeah, I think you can have a better relationship with yourself as long as you make sure to keep up with yourself. For some of you, it may manifest that way. All right. March 14th, Sun in Pisces in the 5th house, sextiles Uranus and Taurus. So hold up, same day, right? Okay, same day as that lunar eclipse, full moon in Virgo. So if the Sun is in your 5th house in Pisces and it's sextiling, again, the potential, Uranus and Taurus, this is your 7th house. This could be the feeling of a loud, random surprise due to your genius idea connected to spirit, intuition, the divine, that you can take action on, which will help you make more money. So yeah, for some of you, this is going to be creative endeavors, making money off of it, doing something in order to make the money, or to make the dream a reality. But for some of you, this is definitely going to be talking about a shakeup when it comes to dating, romance, for sure. Taurus is the throat chakra. So I feel like out of nowhere, the Sun in the 5th house would appear. And it's like, with Lilith in the 12th house, since this traditionally belongs to Pisces energy, there would be some anger around this or after. So just make sure, like, if this ends up being a hookup for you guys, because for some of you it definitely will be, make sure it's what you really want, because you may feel bad about it afterwards. Okay, what else? Being seen for your genius, different, innovative ideas online. Having faith and confidence in your wallet, your money situation because of an idea you have. I feel like I said all this. Okay, cool. March 15th, Mercury in Aries goes retrograde in 9 degrees. Dun, dun, dun. So also really quick, what I want to mention with that full moon, with what's going to be illuminated for you guys, it may literally just be something like an intuitive hit. Why? Because 11th house is Aquarius energy. Even though you guys have Virgo there, it's like you would be intuitive about your body, or intuitive about work, intuitive about people from the past that you've been intimate with. So yeah. And then Mercury going retrograde, because it's in 9 degrees, this is Sagittarius energy. So you're going back to an old idea, and it's connected to that Mars in Cancer. I think for some of you, this is talking about contracts. You guys may feel motivated to achieve something during this time. Be careful, because it's in retrograde. It's not that you should avoid contracts, because that's dumb. That's dumb. I'm sorry to say. What I think it means is cross your T's, dot your I's more so, because you're more prone to act quickly based off of something you feel passionate about, based off of where does your power lie. Okay. Because Pluto's in Aquarius and you have Mars in the 9th house in Cancer. Again, Cancer traditionally rules that 4th house. But instead you have this in the 9th house, a belief system, traveling, higher education, spirituality. But you're driven here for something. But so, sorry, I got distracted. I had a call I had to answer. But so what I'm trying to say is I think there's going to be, you're going to go back to an old idea, and it's either going to manifest, either you guys are going to have difficulty believing, because you may go too big. It's with money, because Mercury rules Gemini, got Jupiter in the 8th house here. Whatever Jupiter touches, it expands upon. So you may overdo it with your thoughts and limit your belief and limit your manifestation practices. You may see something as, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done this because of finances, or because of maybe breakups. Or again, that could have manifested with, for some of you who may end up hooking up with somebody. It may cause some type of mental conflict is what I'm trying to say. So there's definitely a redo, a rethink. Now, the positive way this can manifest is there is believing again, trying to force yourself to believe in something bigger than yourself in order to manifest. And you may go really big here. Okay, so Mercury in Aries goes retrograde in 9 degrees. Your mind will go back to old ideas, old conversations, revisiting old ideas that aren't the best. Or you may be hearing from people you know you shouldn't be speaking to, or who you know aren't good for you. You may feel like you have 2 paths to choose from, and you don't know which one to go down. So, so speaking to people from the past with that South Node in Virgo, definitely speaking to them, or potentially sleeping with people from the past, or people from the past you've slept with, trying to reconnect with you. The reason I'm going there is because Jupiter and Mars. Jupiter's in Gemini in your 8th house. Mercury rules Gemini, and then Mars rules Aries. And Mercury is currently in Aries, but it's in your 9th house of Cancer. So I think you guys are going to be tested from the universe about what it is you actually believe in. Like, do you back yourself up through action, not just words? Jupiter, Gemini, words. Mars, action. Do you act on the way that you feel? You may be tempted, especially with that eclipse energy. Something is going to be illuminated as far as what needs to get, I want to say, thrown away in the trash. Honestly, that's how it was described to me one time. Like, what's the difference between a lunar eclipse and a solar eclipse? My friend told me, think of like when you're trying to organize files on your computer, which ones can you delete? There's something to that. And I don't know, I always remembered it, and I was like, damn, she's good. So yeah, I think something will definitely be also illuminated for you guys when it comes to the internet too. And Mercury is connected with this. You guys may want to redo, I don't know, your LinkedIn, the way you guys have been going about either social media or communicating or putting yourselves out there. Okay. Especially with that sun being in Pisces in the 5th house. I think you guys do want to stand out. I think you guys do want to stand out. Sorry. But I think at the same time, you guys may have difficulty here with Saturn conjunct Neptune. Because it's like you guys want to make something a reality, a dream come true, but either you're holding yourself back with Saturn, or you're trying to be practical about it and you may go too slow. So you may confuse the universe is what I'm getting. Okay, let's move on. March 19th, Sun in Pisces in the 5th house, conjunct Neptune in Pisces in the 5th house at 29 degrees. So what I channel for the collective is spiritual religious beliefs, confidence through manifesting or a belief system, North Node in Pisces energy, going after something that feels fated or destined, confidence in yourself and how you dress and or look, Hollywood vibes, having faith, intuitively having an inner knowing what your body needs or lacks in, and something about herbal tea. So wait, really quick, going back to Mercury retrograde, traveling may be something you guys are talking about or investing money into with that 9 degrees. Maybe traveling for business, for work, something to do with investments, money. Okay, what else do I want to say? So with the sun conjunct Neptune, 29 degrees. 29 degrees is literally very, it's very intuitive. But when the sun, since the sun rules Leo for your 10th house, it's in your 5th house, you guys may, again, have a limited belief when it comes to how somebody chooses to express their inner child, because you guys are all about fairness, and then you karmically have experienced injustice in life, right? This is why you guys also value Sagittarius energy in the 2nd house. You believe in justice. You guys may think, and the reason I'm going here is because Pisces traditionally rules that 12th house. So there may be anger around either people you guys are romantically involved in, or like you have a crush on somebody, or like somebody from your past, and like how they choose to express themselves, you may not agree with. Either there's some injustice to it, like you feel like they're being unfair, or it's like you have limited beliefs about how one chooses to express themselves. You may think they're selfish, honestly, because you're getting something unconsciously unfolds for you guys about people who choose to express themselves publicly or in a certain type of way. So like loud energy usually isn't for you guys, because it's like you may think they're being self-centered. But I feel like with the Mars and Cancer energy, Mercury retrograde, 9 degrees in Aries, you guys are being asked, like, where do you guys have difficulty here within yourselves with self-expression or putting yourselves out there? Like, what made you believe during childhood that this is bad or this is wrong? What did you see or what did you witness? Mars is the child, Cancer is the mother or family, home. So maybe something, there was like inner turmoil. Maybe you guys had that sibling that always got attention. And then it's like, if you tried to do that, you got the backlash. So unconsciously, you've developed some type of thought process where it's like, people who do this are bad, you know, or they just need attention. But it's like you're seeing an aspect about yourselves. So what's the dream? The sun is trying to highlight something here for you. Think of like that yellow highlighter. Like literally, it's trying to highlight what's going on in that 12th house. You guys got Lilith and Libra there. And how does this connect to self-expression? Do you guys feel limited when it comes to self-expression? I think you guys do. Obviously, I don't think all of you guys do. I know plenty of Scorpios that have Leo energy, but you guys may feel bad about yourselves or inner conflict about people who are very emotionally open, because you guys have some big beliefs here when it comes to this Cancer, emotions, feelings, and it stems from the past in the 9th house. So you guys may feel very dogmatic about this. So therefore it limits you guys from fully expressing yourselves. Capricorn 3rd house, Saturn's the ruler of Capricorns in your 5th house. So you guys may stop yourself. But you're being asked to not. Okay. What else? Oh, something about herbal tea. Well, Mercury's in the 6th house. So this is, again, trying to regulate your body. Something may be up at this time and you're just like, you can't really, like your emotions are getting the best of you is what I think of. So I think you guys will have to, you guys are going to have to try to figure something else like out to help assist you guys, you know? Escapism. You guys may, for some of you, CBD or, you know, smoking or drinking, whatever it is. But it's like you would be asked, obviously, to do this in a healthy way. So how can you guys get those feelings out? How can you get those emotions out? All right, March 19th, Juno goes retrograde in Sagittarius in your 2nd house. I also believe Mercury going retrograde is going to cause a lot of arguments for you guys. Why? Because Mercury is in Aries, Mars is in Cancer. So there could be fights over property at this time. There could be fights over money. That's really what I'm thinking. And if it's not that, then it's more about your self-confidence and what you guys, some type of belief system you guys have in regards to how people should be treating you. You guys may feel very dogmatic about this. Also, Jupiter being the ruler of that 9th house traditionally, I feel like you may want to expand upon words. You may want to argue with people, either family members, the mother, men that are very sensitive, or this could be you guys, literally, again, limited belief system. And it stems from whatever happened growing up. The reason I'm going there is because the 4th house is in Aquarius, so this gives me Pluto and Aquarius vibe, Moon and Aquarius vibe. So it's like either like the mother was very smart, intellectual, practical, like where's the evidence to back this up? That's all I ask, you know. Or they were very intuitive, very spiritual. One of those, I feel like, but would have been somebody who has a belief around groups of people instead of the individual. Meaning, like, thinking about yourself is wrong. You have to think about others, and that could have manifested totally left, like far, far left. It's not that that mindset isn't wrong. It's just you have to apply common sense. It doesn't mean thinking for yourself or about yourself is wrong either. And witnessing other people who are living their life like that doesn't make them a bad person or selfish. But Libra energy again in the 12th house with Lilith here. I feel like there would be anger around something connected to this, and you guys may not be fully in touch with it. Also, again, limited beliefs just in general for yourself. And there's anger around there being an injustice when it comes to things either not working for you or not in the way that you had hoped. That's also one I want to say. Okay. I know there's something else I wanted to say to that, but I can't remember it. So when Juno goes retrograde in Sagittarius, Juno's soulmate energy. So for those of you that aren't dating, it's like, okay, well, this is going to be either the energy you guys should be looking for when it comes to another, or it's energy within yourself to help you. And honestly, this makes sense to me with Mars being in Cancer in your 9th house and Jupiter in your 8th. Jupiter in your 8th and Lilith in your 12th. Psychic energy. You guys should be very in tune right now with a lot of things. If you guys tell me no, I'd be surprised. That's all, especially with Pluto in the 4th. Oh my. Got Lilith, Jupiter, and Pluto. Those things must be doing something, activating you guys. Anger around a belief system and coming into your power by realizing things are happening for you, not to you. Yada, yada. No, but it's true. So Juno going retrograde in Sagittarius, this energy gives me soulmate energy, but we know this already, but it's slowing down, meaning not so much fun. You may have your doubts if something so freeing is really free, meaning is something that seems free, something that gives you freedom, does it come with a cost? Okay. So again, Jupiter's the ruler, Sagittarius is in your 8th house. This is definitely sex. This is learning. This is wisdom, or it could be manifesting depending where your emotions are at, your feelings. That Jupiter in Gemini can turn into another thought, another thought, another thought. You know, it could be having that effect, and it would connect with Lilith and Libra in the 12th house. Anger around things that are not fair. So in order to get your freedom, to free yourself, to free your mind, in order to manifest the life you guys want, or the love you want, or the money you want, the lifestyle, the energy, happiness, right? Jupiter is happiness as well. It's optimism. But it's through believing like things are going to get better. But Juno goes retrograde. You guys are going to have to try a little bit harder. This is what it says to me with Mercury in retrograde. Or you guys are really embracing that Jupiter square sun energy. in the best way. Delusion, in order to get to the happiness, in order to manifest better things. As long as you aren't hurting yourself, others, apply common sense here. So if Sagittarius is all about freedom-oriented things, and this is an energy you guys value, this is going in retrograde, there's a slowdown. I guess I want to ask you guys, like, are you looking for deepness? Are you looking for soul merging energy? Or are you looking for, or is it just when you feel like it? With Pluto and Aquarius in that 4th house and Mars in Cancer. I think there's going to be a review. So for example, I think about with Mercury being in retrograde contracts and Mars being in the 9th house, you may have to sign things. You may have to be a part of things that you normally don't want to be a part of or do in order to get that freedom. But at the same time, you may feel your freedom is constrained because of contracts. Does that make sense? It's like one way it could manifest. Or you could be falling for somebody with Mercury and Venus and Aries in retrograde. But then it's like you feel like you're not so free. Or you could be thinking about somebody from the past, especially with that South Node in Virgo, since this traditionally rules that 6th house. So you guys could be out and about, putting yourselves out there. Maybe you guys are dating, right? Seeing a lot of people, sleeping with a lot of people, whatever you guys are doing. But maybe you're thinking of somebody very specific. So it's like, for example, if you guys won't commit to somebody, right? Because you want your freedom, but yet they're the only one you could think of. So is freedom so free, you know? I'm thinking, for example, how this manifested for me so far, because I'm convinced we don't always feel these energies on the exact date. I'm sorry, you can't tell me nothing. I think for everyone it would manifest differently, maybe a few days before, a few days after. But I know I had to sign a few contracts in order to get like my quote unquote freedom. But then at the same time, when I overthink it, Jupiter and Gemini, I'm like, I want to throw up. I want to back out. I want to cancel that contract. And I'm already thinking to myself, I'm lying to myself, Jupiter square the sun. I'm like, I could get out of this fucking contract. I could get out if I want. Honestly, it would be a big problem. Like, it would be, I can't. I really can't. But I'm not going to tell myself that, because then it's going to do this with my emotions, my feelings. And then I'm going to be all in my head creating these scenarios that don't even fucking exist, all because I feel like a company or a business has control over me. And it's literally fucking crazy. It's literally, that's just a thought that it's not even fucking true. So don't entertain the bullshit, like ideas that come into your head during this time. Because with Lilith in the 12th, Jupiter in the 8th, Pluto in the 4th, your mind is going to want to take control of you in the worst way possible. And again, this is why Mars, action, it's not all about the god of war. It's not all about fighting conflicts. Yeah, it can be if you allow it. If you allow outside situations to happen like that, sure. So anyway, what else does Juno in retrograde manifest into? And it's in your 2nd house of money, resources. So you guys are going to go back to old ideas. How can you make money in a freedom-oriented way? How can you be your own boss? How can you do something that actually has meaning to you? Do you want something that has meaning to you? Because then people get too close. I don't know. Anyway, I see for those that are single and dating or talking to several people at once, during this time you'll begin to think of someone specific from the past, hence not really feeling so free. For those that are just looking to mingle and have fun, I see this slowing down during this time, meaning the collective will be looking for something more serious again. So Sagittarius energy to me is fun. It's not that it can't be serious. It's not that it can't or doesn't want commitment. It's just like, let it just happen. It kind of had, somebody told it to me like this, it's got a bohemian vibe to it. And honestly, it does. It does, because Sagittarius energy is coming from Scorpio. So there's kind of like this dark, twisted style with Sagittarius energy. But then there is this, so yeah, it's got like this dark, edgy vibe to it. It could manifest like in its style. But at the same time, there's also this bohemian style where it's like freedom and I don't care, you know, it's just got to feel right type of energy. So I feel like it goes back and forth between like the deepness and intimacy and wanting the truth to peace and love. Like, tell me I'm wrong. So I think you guys are going to be conflicted with that. Why? Because Juno's going back to Scorpio energy. You guys, it's rethinking its freedom. It's rethinking what it wants. So when I ask the question, so what is the collective looking for? I'm seeing the number 2, which makes me think most people during this time want something serious or nothing at all. I'm also thinking of 2, like balancing, and I'm thinking of Lilith and Libra in the 12th house. I just think it's all connected. Why? Because Lilith is about to go into Scorpio. So there's something here with this. Jupiter's the ruler of Sagittarius, and it's in Gemini in the 8th house. So you guys are going to be overthinking something. Yeah. Okay. March 20th, Sun enters Aries in the 6th house. All right. So Sun entering Aries energy is independence, I will, intuitive, reflection, facing yourself. Are you who you say you are? Prove it. Show me energy. So the reason I feel like I'm channeling this is because Aries energy comes from Pisces. So there's something about like imagination, daydreaming, having a certain idea about yourself, but then it's like, are you doing it then? Or are you making it a reality? Aries, the physical form. Let's see. Following your heart, doing the work needed, a pause with self-expression. This is due to Mars, ruler of Aries, being in Cancer. The energy almost feels like, can they handle me if I'm me? This is not your typical Sun in Aries energy. So yeah, again, limited beliefs may be about self-expression. You may be fighting with other people based off of beliefs as well, belief system with that Mars in Cancer. Or you could be fighting over property. That's another one too, or contracts at this time. Okay, so when the Sun is in your 6th house, you're going to be seen for work. There's something you're going to be doing. So whatever you guys do for a living, you're going to be shining. Hi. Leo rules the 10th house. Saturn rules Capricorn, which is traditionally in that 10th house, and it's in your 5th house in Pisces. Yeah, I think you're going to be seen for... I think you guys are going to be seen as very... having a belief system. But it would be more visible during this time with Mars in the 9th house and Mars ruling Aries in the 6th. You guys are going to feel motivated by, I'm telling you, manifestation practices, trying to tell yourself you deserve this or you are better than you think you are, things of that nature. That's how I feel. And therefore, it's like once you control your feelings, your emotions, you come into your power that way. I think the world is yours. For my evolved Scorpio energy. March 21st, Vesta goes retrograde in Scorpio. Okay, so there's going to be a review when it comes to your 1st house and what it is you're passionate about. So the inner flame within you guys that wanted intimate bonds feels a little tiring and draining now. So here's an interesting thing about this. Because Juno was in Sagittarius, which means for those of you that are dating, it's like you would want somebody who is, it's like somebody who is either an entrepreneur, somebody who makes their own money, somebody who makes their money in a very freedom-oriented way, could be connected to religion or a belief system for some of you. I feel like this is more about you guys though, but let's just say this connects to dating. It's like Juno was in Sagittarius while at the same time Vesta was in Scorpio. So you would be passionate about yourselves at this time, and trying to manifest the type of people that you want in your life. So even though, again, Scorpio energy can be all about like merging into like one person, not two separate individuals, I think you would have wanted a mix. I think you guys would have wanted like a healthy dose of both, is what I'm getting here. But now Vesta's gone retrograde, so now it's like, and especially with Mercury going retrograde, telling you Lilith in the 12th house, if this connects to Pisces energy, means there's anger around whatever you guys believe in. I'm not going to get into specific religions or anything, but you may feel like things are not working out for you. Or you guys are, but the Vesta in retrograde is manifesting in maybe things that have more meaning, like manifesting things on a deeper level, not such surface level, because Sagittarius energy may not want to go so deep. But Scorpio energy does. So something's going on there between the two of them. But overall, I get energy vampires with Vesta being in retrograde. So you guys may have been having like, because you guys are coming from a stellium and Pisces in the 5th house, there may have been too much attention when it comes to either people noticing you or people just wanting in on your energy or people wanting to date you. And you're literally connecting to them energetically and you feel their like their desires. Like even when they're not present, it's like you just feel it so strongly that like people are thinking about you or wanting to reach out or talking to you. And then it's like, you would be one of those people that's like, why am I thinking about this person? I don't understand. It's like, because you're very open to other people's thoughts. It doesn't mean you're telepathic, but just like you're very connected that way. For others, if it's not energy vampires, then I feel like it would be manifesting, I was thinking of the incense song, I Want You Back. So yeah, I think people would definitely be wanting in on your energy with Pluto and Aquarius in your 4th house and Uranus and Taurus in the 7th. I'm telling you, I think people would be coming back or just thinking about you and you'd be feeling it. All right, so March 21st, Venus in Aries, retrograde, sextiles Pluto and Aquarius. So Venus in Aries in your 6th house is in retrograde. It's sextiling Pluto and Aquarius in your 4th house. This gives me having sex. What are you passionate about when it comes to finding out the truth? And what are you spending money on in order to get it? Is it Scorpio season? Oh no, it's Aries. So this may look like psychic readings. And for some of you, this will be about investing money into other things in order to get your freedom. For example, being an entrepreneur. Like figuring out the fine details, because 6th house traditionally is Virgo energy. This would be like seeing all the flaws, everything that's wrong, and everything that needs to get fixed. So technically it's like this manifests for you guys within yourselves. So this is why you guys may have trouble in general sometimes if you're not super confident. It's like because you see all of your own flaws, as well as your friends and people on the internet. Yeah. What else? Putting in the work when it comes to your power, whatever power means to you. Transforming your looks, makeup, clothes, physical appearances. What else? Anything else? Putting yourself out there on dating apps or putting yourself out there on the internet, social media, or trying to make something happen for yourself. For some of you, investing money into these things to either make money back or to see some type of return. Example, on the dating app, I'm pretty positive you can invest money into like paying for virtual roses to send to people. I bet you it works. I guarantee it. I know obviously they're still on the dating app, right? So if it works, why are they still out looking for somebody? I'm just saying I think they get more dates than most people. That's all. Because I feel like I could be thinking of another program that the dating app has, but I think what comes along with the rose is they get to promote themselves. So they're like the main attraction on the app. So yeah. Let's see, taking your power back, meaning you no longer care about the situation the way you once did. Transforming the way you see things about the past in order to manifest better things into your life. Totally. If Cancer energy is the past and Mars is here, Telling you this is also connected to it. Putting in the work and passion to increase your wallet and your money, honey. I think for most of you, this would be just talking about transforming your feelings when it comes to self-love. So you can have better confidence, so this way you can manifest better things. Or so you could just manifest. For those of you where it's like that doesn't resonate, then this is talking about your wallet for sure. Money, could be talking about working from home with that 4th house being involved, working on the internet. Venus rules the 12th house. You could be working for a company that does not work in the same country as you, or it doesn't work as close to you. With Uranus in the 7th house, definitely. I think this would be talking about coming into your power, about increasing your wallet. I'll just leave that there. Or also transforming your body physically in order to feel better about yourself, to feel better about your looks. And then it's like it manifests internally. Or change your internal worlds about what these things mean to you on a deeper level. And then externally, it's like everything else will change. So March 22nd, Sun in Aries in your 6th house conjuncts Venus in Aries in retrograde in 2 degrees. So 2 degrees is a very powerful number. It's talking about, it's Taurus energy. So it's either your money, the things you guys value, the things you guys own, you feeling confident. That's what I think. Even though Venus is in retrograde, you get to spend money or invest in something that maybe you wanted to, but you couldn't at some point in the past, and now you get to do it. Or this is just talking about literally, since Aries is the self, you guys investing money into yourself. This could literally be your looks. I would go against that. Please don't, if it's like plastic surgery, just because Venus is in retrograde in the 6th house of the body, and Mars being quote unquote debilitated, but in Cancer, I just reschedule it. Being socially polite, being smart and confident about love, money, and yourself. Oceana, your breath. Sorry. It's just this big yawn. Kitty breath for sure. Funny, happy energy. Sex or feeling really passionate, creative about something. Okay, so if the Sun is Leo energy and Venus is Libra and Taurus energy, it's like you would either be buying something and you want to shine it off. You want to show it off because it's shiny, it's new, but it really connects to something like you wanted to do a while back. I think you just want to, or for those of you that actually get a new job, that's exciting. I'm just getting confident energy, in your power, radiating, being visible, definitely at work, feeling appreciated is what I want to say. All right, what else? Transformation happening. I'm getting royalty vibes, big confidence in how you see yourself, Leo energy. Bold and confident energy, but a little indifferent, meaning I'm getting Aquarius vibes, but you guys being okay with standing out. So that's the thing with Leo and Aquarius energy. It's like Leo energy usually stands out for typical Leo-like things. Whereas Aquarius energy, it's standing out. You're noticing it, but it's for things that are very different is what I would say. Having more than one option for those that are dating, despite the Venus and Mercury in Aries being in retrograde and Mars being in Cancer. I just don't see any of these options as being super worth it, but obviously everyone's stories are different. I just feel like you guys would be going out there and dating people that you're really not interested in. That's what I think. I think you would be talking to people from the past, realizing this doesn't feel the same. This feels like it's over, and that's why it's been over. I think you guys would be closing out some chapters. I just think the Sun will be highlighting this. Like, what do you really want? Again, the notebook scene. It's like, what do you want? And she's like, I don't know. But, and that's because Mars is in Cancer. So it's like stopping you. It's like, should I? Should I not? Should I? Should I not? I don't think you guys want to repeat, old mistakes or the same mistakes. Anything else? The sun rules your 10th house. Yeah, so there's definitely something around this time frame you're going to want to shine off. You're not shine off, show off. But you're going to feel shiny. Sun rules your 10th house. And the fact that it's in your 6th, I just feel like at work, people will, you know, for example, if you have your own business, expect repeat clients to come back, repeat customers, contracts. Now, will those contracts work out in the end? They may end up breaking the contract. They may end up canceling or rethinking it, or you may end up rethinking them. Ugh. Sorry. Oh my God. Sorry. March 23rd, Sun in Aries in the 6th house is sextiling Pluto in Aquarius. So again, sextile, it's not necessarily going to happen, but this is transforming your shadow to get to your light, transforming your confidence, transforming your body, your look, signing up for an exercise class online, maybe with a friend, having a choice to make regarding self-expression or creativity or how you communicate your feelings, some type of message. And for some of you, this is content creating. So yeah, again, self-expression I think is going to be a big one for you where there may be difficulty here. Okay. But you may feel like you don't know how to go about this. You just may have difficulty talking. That's what I get. What else? Beliefs in yourself, belief in your feelings. Again, Pluto in the 1st house. Yeah, we just leave that there for now. Because the sun, it's shining something on Pluto. Pluto is, I forgot what color it is, but let's just say it's black, right? And the sun is shining. It's like all of a sudden we can see everything that is dark within you guys. So you guys will be able to see this and have an opportunity to do the work that's needed in order to transform this for the better. But will you guys? And I feel like I'm getting a message about how this talks about your mind or conversations, communicating. Because I'm hearing something in my ear right now. So Sun in Aries. Bless you. Sextiles Pluto in Aquarius. Okay, it'll come. March 24th, Sun in Aries in the 6th house will be conjunct Mercury in Aries in retrograde. Okay, so to me, personally, I don't care. I don't feel like you can ever get this to a full science, full math. Okay, whatever. Everybody's entitled to think what they want, so it's cool. But I'm going to tell you right now, I believe that, what day did I get? And again, these days may be off by a day or two, so definitely check this on your own. But March 23rd, let's say this is the day before the next day, which is Sun in Aries conjunct Mercury in Aries retrograde. I'm getting you guys are going to feel all this combined. So, and this is because these transits, these usually don't last a day. They carry on. So this is definitely also why I'm picking up on this energy. So anyway, so you guys can transform your mind and speak better the following day is what I'm getting. Or you can have positive thoughts about yourself. So for those of you where you're lacking in self-confidence, you can start doing words of affirmation. Things like that really help with the 6th house. So I'm getting intelligent energy, learning about yourself, going back to an old idea or going back to an old conversation. You may be traveling to a place you have already been, or you are talking about traveling. I get confidence, funny, motivational, all eyes on me type of energy, creativity, entertainment, passion, intuition, and for some, I'm getting telepathic. Let's give them something to talk about. So that's one of the songs I was picking up on as well. So maybe a little gossipy, honestly, with Mercury and Aries. The 6th house, because it's traditionally ruled by Virgo. Yeah, totally possible. Especially with Jupiter and Gemini in the 8th. Yeah, I think so. Okay, talking about yourself. So the sun, a public house with Leo, and it would be talking to Mercury, the 11th house. Yeah, I think you guys would be posting something on the internet, or I think you guys would just be very social with your friends, putting something out there. Talking about yourself, positive energy. Anything else I want to say that? Nah. All right. March 25th, Lilith enters Scorpio. All right, March 27th, we have Venus in Aries in retrograde, and then it's going back into Pisces. All right, so in your 5th house. Okay, so Venus in Aries retrograde entering Pisces. You know what also I'm thinking too, depending on how you guys deal with your emotions, like the fluctuations of it, you guys may be more prone to spend money during this time because Pluto is in Aquarius in your 4th house. Uranus rules Aquarius and it's in Taurus currently, but it's in the 7th house for you guys. So depending on how relationships are going, the change in what it is you guys value or believe in right now, you guys may be more prone to spend money. And this may cause a problem, or it may be pushing you guys into this self-confident energy. You guys may feel delusional because of it, again, because of what's going on with these transits. But I feel like that's Spirit's way of trying to get you in a direction you need to go in. Of course, apply common sense, right? But yeah. All right, so I believe this will be investing and traveling to places you have already been before, investing in a vehicle, people you've already dated, returning, or vice versa. A lot of watching, but not a lot of doing. Fox energy. It's not necessarily smart. It's more about a waiting game, waiting for the right time. For those of you that have been having issues with the mother, this is still ongoing, but something is changing with the storyline due to Mars going direct in Cancer. But Mercury is in Aries in retrograde, and now Venus was in Aries in retrograde, but as of today is entering Pisces in your 5th house. Sorry for the background noise, guys. Anyway, where was I? So this will take work, but it won't be as difficult as before. The advice is to compromise. So the same goes in regards to a belief system. So if you guys aren't having issues with the home, the mother, females, men that are acting super sensitive and emotional, or, you know, reflecting on the past, then this is like Pisces energy. Believe, you know, have hope in the things unseen. Wait, what is it? Have faith in the things unseen, but hoped for. I think I botched it, but you get what I'm trying to get at. So only meet them halfway. Due to the Pisces energy and the retrogrades, if any party crosses one's boundaries, it will cause more issues. So obviously that goes without saying, but it's more so with this Venus in your 5th house. So Venus being in your 5th house, does this make you magnetic, alluring, guys from the past returning? Oh, I did the wrong one. I did Mercury. Well, that's okay because I'm jumping the gun, but that's about to happen. So let's update it. Okay, so on March 27th, we have Venus and Mercury going back into Pisces, okay? So just to be clear, Mercury and Venus are both going back into Pisces. They were both already in retrograde, so what's up? What's the deal now? So the deal is, if you guys haven't experienced people from the past coming back, either that you worked with, like randomly striking up a conversation, or maybe this is you striking up a conversation with them because they're on your mind. Maybe you saw them post something on social media and you're like, hey, what's up? We should go get coffee sometime. If it wasn't like that, then I feel like now may be the time where people from the past are hitting you up or you're hitting them up. So again, will these people be worth it? They could be. Like I said before, everybody's storyline is out there. If I were to judge it based off what I'm seeing in the stars and the cosmos, I think something's definitely unfolding for sure, obviously, in 2025. But I think your confidence is supposed to come first. If you already feel like you really are a confident person and it's not like superficial confidence, it's not just for your ego, then I feel like this is more so talking about investing money, maybe in advertising, social media, or revising how you can come up with a plan so you can make money in a way that feels fun to you, that feels passionate from the heart. With Pisces in the 5th house, you could definitely make your dreams come true, but it's difficult here, right? Because Pisces energy is difficult to hold on to long enough before it's gone. So anyway, what energy does this give me with Venus and Mercury going back? So I already described the Venus in Aries going into Pisces retrograde in your 5th house energy. Now, what about Mercury? Tell me I didn't make a mistake. I did make a mistake. Okay, whatever. 2 days later, Mercury enters the 5th house. March 29th, Mercury goes retrograde and enters Pisces in the 5th house. So traveling gets delayed. Old conversations on traveling, or just old thoughts or old conversations, come back up. The dream for some of you will be a big theme here around this time. So I think, for example, some of you are going to be wanting to have children. That's what I think. Yeah, or start a family, something like this. Being seen or recognized, all eyes on you type of energy for something you say. Spirit is showing me Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. So it's giving me Neptune in the 3rd house vibes, which means Saturn... Wait, what? Neptune in the 3rd house vibes, which means people will either think you're lying, or the way you're choosing to talk about things will have people not trusting you. So I feel like the reason I'm getting this is with Mercury going into Pisces. Why is it giving me Neptune in 3rd vibes? So Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. The 12th house is Libra. Venus rules Libra. Well, Mercury. Oh, because for those of you who plan on reaching out to other people, you may come off as a fucking liar, or vice versa. It's like you really wouldn't know what's real and what's not real. What do I believe? Like, you wouldn't be getting the full truth. That's for sure. What else? Going back to an old idea when it comes to exercise. What else? Escapism, drugs. Anything else? And let me see something here. So Mercury rules your 11th house and your 8th house. So yeah, so the 8th house, people would be thinking you're keeping things from them, or you may be thinking this way about them. The South Node being in Virgo, the past, on the internet, you may see something online, or this may be you online, and it's like, this feels awfully suspicious. So yeah, anything else I want to say to that? Not right now. You will need to stay focused. Okay, so getting back to Venus in Pisces energy in that 5th house, you'll need to stay focused, take action, be consistent. Or are you distracted? Because I see most of the collective will be. I see mindless scrolling, land of the dead, pretty much escapism. And then I see an emperor holding a scepter and an orb. So the scepter is symbolic of dominion and control and represents authority and leadership of one's own mind. The orb signifies worldly authority and represents the emperor's power and control over their own world. So the question here is, do you guys lack in self-control? So I feel like with all this stuff going in Pisces energy in the 5th house, you guys just want to escape your problems. You want to just have fun. You want to chill. You want to vibe. And that may look like time gets wasted, honestly. So you got to be practical about your escapism time. For real, like literally maybe have 2 hours of escapism, whether this is mindless scrolling or you doing content creating things or just some type of artsy side hustle. Like, be consistent with a schedule for it. Be practical. Virgo energy in the South Node takes you to that North Node in Pisces in the 5th house. Because you guys are going to be feeling that North Node in the 5th house where you guys are going to want to go to Disneyland, but not literally. You guys are really going to just want to, well, actually for some of you maybe. But you guys are just going to want to make something real here. So that same day, Venus in Pisces is in retrograde and it's conjunct Neptune in Pisces at 29 degrees. Okay, so this gives me daydreamer energy. All right, so Lilith goes into your 1st house in Scorpio. All right, I'm going to read to you what I channel for the collective, and then I'm going to tell you what I believe, how I believe this is going to manifest for you guys. Okay, so Lilith. This is not just like your anger, your negative, energy. It's more about like using that type of energy to empower yourself. So it's your hidden desires to claim your power, your rebellious nature, your deepest sexual nature, which may seem taboo to others. All right. So how is this going to manifest? So the energy I'm getting is magnetic energy, which draws people to you. I feel like this goes without saying. It's in Scorpio, the first house, the body. Expect to be super fucking magnetic when Lilith is on your ascendant or close to it. Also, be prepared for people to think you are the problem. That's also what creates this anger. So people will think you're the problem. Why? Oh, wait. I'm getting derailed. Let's focus here. So what else will you guys experience? Charismatic. So some of you may use this to bring people towards you. For some, this may be a form of manipulation, meaning like some of you may just be like in that lower, unevolved Scorpio energy. And it's each zodiac sign has the evolved version and unevolved version. So it's not me calling you guys out. It's just me calling it like it is with Lilith being here. So I think some of you may act from a place, like an unconscious place, like intentionally being charismatic without like really being consciously aware as to why you're doing what you're doing. I do believe it 1000%. And then for others, I think you will know damn well what you're doing. All right. Men may feel a little intimidated by women during this time. I see them having difficulty approaching women physically in person, for sure. I think the confident guys are going to have difficulty being confident. They may feel better, you know, online on the internet with you guys, but then it's like in person, it's like, you know, kind of quiet. Intuitive as fuck, yes, goes without saying. Feeling and looking sexy, 100%. It's in the first house, the body. Who? Me, in a sexy voice type of energy. It's giving Jessica Rabbit vibes, definitely. So I saw this video on TikTok, and so this is where I got the line from, but based off what I was channeling, this is what I was getting. Revenge is a dish best served cold. Num, 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 num. So I feel like in the first house, you guys may be a little bit more showy with your body, with whatever you guys consider to be power in your eyes. If it's money, then I feel like you would be showing this off. If it's your just self-confidence with your body because you picked up on a new healing regimen, which is a workout, then it's like I think you'd be more during this time. I think you're going to want to show off your body. That's all. What else? The fallen angel, for sure. Because it's like, especially with Lilith coming from Libra and entering Scorpio, there is something for a lot of you where it's like you're going to be experiencing, you're going to want to experience being on the other side for a change, because it's like being fair in relationships got you nowhere. So now you may be embodying this scorpionic type of sexual devious goodness and making people pay for their sins. Okay. It's giving me, I can't come to the phone right now because I'm not available, but I am most certainly available. I'm just not going to answer. And I want you to know, because karma's a bitch, but so were you. For sure. So I feel like red settings will be left on because you'll want them to know. So yeah. Am I saying that right? Red? Read. No, it's red. I read the message. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Oh, wait. No, hold on. So how will this manifest? Honestly, I feel like you guys will definitely be feeling it this way. All of those things could manifest because it's your first house, the body. But in your 8th house, Jupiter and Gemini, yeah, the way you guys would be speaking, it's like maybe knowledge is power for you guys, you know? I mean, knowledge is power, but not everybody likes knowledge. Not everybody likes the truth, Mercury and Aries. So you guys may be giving the cold hard facts with Pluto and Aquarius in the 4th house. Mars in Cancer, you may be direct, straightforward, but this may be a big win for you guys, honestly, for some of you out there who are looking to not be in your villain era, but like to just love yourself and realize you don't need anything outside of you. And honestly, it is fun realizing like what these guys have been like feeling all along, like that girls are replaceable. No, we're not. No, we're fucking not. We're all different. What vibes with you may not vibe with another, and so on and so forth. So I feel like this is going to be that energy where people are going to be regretting some of their moves from the past. Okay, Mars in Cancer, feelings, the past, definitely. The wisdom that they thought they had back then. Mercury retrograde, Aries, for sure. March 25th, Mercury in Aries retrograde in the 6th house will be sextiling Pluto in Aquarius in your 4th house. Again, your mind, transformative conversations, transformative mindset, trying to do better. But again, it connects to an old idea because Mercury is in retrograde. And it's a sextile, so it's a possibility, not necessarily what's going to happen. So transforming the mind, transforming conversations, changing the way you speak, going back to an old idea or old conversation. Learning something new on the internet, example, dancing with music, transforming the body through exercise. Definitely for you guys, because again, 1st house, the body. You guys are Scorpio, so Pluto rules your 1st house, but it's in your 4th house right now. So it's like you would realize that your emotions, you have better control over your emotions. Here's the theme for you guys this month. You would have better control over your emotions the more you work out, the more you exercise, the more you meditate. You're going to have some type of physical outlet. Sure, we could say this is the same for everyone in life, but sometimes it's more so for other people than others because not everybody's emotions are high end. What else? Traveling with friends or traveling for work. Giving advice to friends, clients, taking advice from the internet. Due to the retrograde, I'm also getting that for some of you, you may not want to listen. You may not want to take the advice because you may not want to do the things you know you have to do. I'm getting lazy energy. So the advice here, and it's going to be very straightforward, very direct, but in order to feel good, in order to achieve the things you want out of life, you have to be confident with standing out for being different. In order to be different, you have to do something. So do something. Mars is in Cancer and Mars is the ruler of Aries. So if Mercury is in Aries and Aries energy is all about motivation and action and leadership, and if Mercury rules the mind, what did the mother motivate you to be growing up? Or if it's not about that, then it's about how did she teach you how to handle emotions? What did you witness? Because having Aquarius in the 4th house, it's either your mother taught you to think of others before yourself, always think of other people, or she was very intelligent, intellectual. It's not that she would be against, let's say, astrology, tarot, whatever, but you have to make it make sense. Where is the evidence? Where is the proof? If you have no proof, then, this is something that wouldn't vibe with her. Also, another way it can manifest is the mother having like ups and downs with her emotions, and you witness this. So because you witness this, it's like you may be uncomfortable with people who are so open to expressing their emotions, being so real. And you may think like, what do you mean? I am real. I am Scorpio. Rawr. It's not that you guys aren't deep or intimate. Obviously you guys are. But with Gemini in the 8th house, this gives, you may want to avoid these things, right? And I feel like a lot of people don't realize you can be avoidant and you can also be an anxious attachment energy. It just depends where these things are manifesting in your life. So yeah, I think that's going to connect to this energy. All right, that was deep. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so, and how do you motivate yourself? Did the mother motivate you? All right, so daydreamer, intuition or illusions, artistic, giving people who usually work in the industry work again. There's something about this. Yeah, so people who are, I don't know, working behind the scenes in Hollywood or production, film, entertainment, however this looks. If there was like some type of strike, I feel like something would change around this time frame and you guys would get work again. Yeah. What else? Big egos at play. Who will cave first? Let's break bread was the channeled message. Someone from the past coming back to make amends. All right. Anything else I want to say to that with Venus conjunct Neptune? So Venus and Neptune, when they're talking to each other in a positive way, this is basically the higher octave of love, like unconditional love, true forgiveness. If this doesn't resonate with you guys around this time frame, I'm going to say escapism. You guys just wanting to have fun. You guys wanting to be in love. You guys wanting to be loved. You guys wanting to be seen, recognized, because of how you're feeling. The reason I'm going here is because 29 degrees is Leo energy. So you guys want to be seen because Leo's in that 10th house. You guys may have difficulty with this in general for some of you. But I think during this time you're going to want to feel feelings. Although I feel like you guys are always feeling feelings, right? No, nothing else I want to say to that one. All right, moving on. March 29th, there's going to be a solar eclipse, a new moon in Aries in 9 degrees. All right, so new moons are new beginnings, a rebirth, reflecting, intention setting, goal setting, planting the seeds. With willpower, it's up to you guys to keep up with this new intention, meaning these things don't necessarily last if you guys don't put in the willpower, right? It just has much more magic, potential energy to do so, to start something new around this time frame. A solar eclipse is a significant change, transformation, introspection, heightened emotional awareness, and potential for personal growth. Again, 9 degrees, this is a Sagittarius degree, so I feel like it's going to be connected to belief system about yourselves. You guys may begin believing in the magic, for those of you that are lacking in this, believing that things are possible. So I'm getting new. Oh, and yeah, moving could be too. Yeah, with 9 degrees, Jupiter. Yes. And then Mercury being the ruler of Gemini and this being in Pisces in retrograde. Okay. New property or moving, traveling, a new love interest, a new exercise regimen, better boundaries, a new creative project you feel passionate about. Believing in yourself, having faith, sacrificing something about yourself that no longer works for you. It feels like limited beliefs. The Hermit energy, closing doors on people who cannot come with you to the places you are going. Or this is an aspect of yourselves that will no longer be moving forward with you on your journey. So again, Mars is the ruler of Aries. So this is going to have something to do with this new moon, since it's a new moon in Aries and it's in your 9th house. In Cancer, I think a lot of you will be moving, or there could be arguments around contracts because of that Mercury being in retrograde, Venus in retrograde. But Jupiter being in Gemini in that 8th house, I do believe you guys would be moving during this time. If it's not moving, then I feel like this would be a belief system within yourself or a confidence within yourself, expanding upon work, like getting a new job. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry. I think for Juno and retrograde and Sagittarius, a lot of you, this will manifest with thinking about an old idea in the back of your mind, like something from the past, in order to free yourselves. But it connects again to limited beliefs. All right, March 29th, we already said this, Mercury goes retrograde in Pisces in your 5th house. Let's move on. That same day, Mercury in Pisces in retrograde in your 5th house will be conjunct Neptune in Pisces. So I already said this as well. Or was this another energy? Hold on one second. Oh no, that was Venus and Neptune. Now it's Mercury and Neptune. All right. Hearing from people who are from your past, traveling far distance, maybe even out of the country, trying holistic spiritual practices, talking to people who live in other countries or who are a different culture or who speak another language, fame, Hollywood, or connected to people who are well connected. I also think of with Venus and Pisces in retrograde, you guys making money off of people who are in the business as well. Artsy, music, hard to focus. Time goes by quickly, but did you get anything accomplished? Thinking about people from your past, but also wondering about your future. If you have strong Neptune Pisces placements already, then this is nothing new. Yeah, this whole stellium in Pisces has got a lot of escapism written all over it. So if you guys don't have Pisces energy already in your chart, this is going to be a hard time for you. But if you already do, then you know how this energy works. It's hard to work. Conversations that are dreamlike. Oh, you know what I just thought of too? Conversations about dreams. This could be like dream interpretation for sure. Or just talking about like, oh, I had the weirdest dream last night. Goodbyes. Hard to focus. Time goes by quickly, but did you get anything accomplished? Okay. Anything else I want to add to that? So that's Neptune and Mercury. Mercury rules Virgo, your 11th house, the past. Definitely dealing with people from the past. Mercury rules Gemini, your 8th house, Jupiter. I feel like you'd be making money from people that you've dealt with from the past. Jupiter in the 8th house talks about some type of recognition as well. So since you guys have that stellium in Pisces, for some of my Scorpios out there, some of my sun, moon, rising Scorpios, you guys may, I don't know, get more hits this month or this time frame on social media, or you're dealing with bigger people, like famous people that are well known in the business. And I feel like this would be behind the scenes. Why? Because Jupiter, it's hidden. It's in the 8th house. So it may not be so public. What else? All right, March 30th, Neptune enters Aries. All right, so the dream needs action. Lights, camera, action. Some of you will be talking about the dream, talking about what it is you want to do, putting ideas out there, or trying to figure out what's wrong in order to get it right. This connects with the North Node in Pisces and the South Node in Virgo. Being open to constructive criticism in order to grow. People may see something you don't, so it may be in your best interest to learning at this time to be a student. For some of you, feeling passionate about another, but be careful what you consider to be romantic, because others may consider this to be clingy and put their walls up. It gives me Aries vibes, kind of like a Sour Patch candy. One minute they're sour, the next minute they're sweet. Except this is happening at the same time because someone feels like the other is too much. So now the other person is sour because you're too sweet. La La Land over another romantically. Illusions or intuition. James Dean vibes. Not really having strong boundaries. So Neptune enters Aries in that 6th house. What do I think this means for you guys? Honestly, doing something for fun, that's for work. I feel like a lot of you are going to be making the dream come true when it comes to your daily regimen. Or it's like Neptune may manifest with your mental well-being because either you're taking something now, like you're chilling the fuck out to regulate your mind, your thoughts, because it's like there's too much stimulation in that 6th house, especially with that South Node in Virgo in the 11th house. I think you guys would be overstimulated to the point where you're noticing it's killing the dream for you guys. If it's not that, then I think literally Neptune entering Aries is the magician when it comes to your daily regimen, being able to heal yourself physically with the body. Apply common sense with what I'm saying here. Do your own research on this. But I feel like this is just healer energy to me. It really is. So I just think of a magician in Aries, and it's connected to your 9th house. So I feel like it's all going to happen based on if you believe it can happen, if you can believe in the unseen. Anything else I want to add to that? I think also since Neptune traditionally rules that 12th house and you guys have Libra there, I think of contracts. If it's not like an actual physical paper, pen type of contract or online contract, then I feel like this is verbal. Why? Because Mercury's in Pisces in your 5th house. If it's not that, then I feel like, magical sex. That's what I also think of too for some of you. again, just be careful with Pisces energy. Things get lost so easily. Know what you want before you do anything. All right, March 31st, Mars in Cancer in that 9th house will be trining Saturn in Pisces in your 5th house. So trines, again, this is easy energy. It comes so natural. It's either you don't realize it or it's a gift being given to you from somebody else. So let's see. So Mars in Cancer in your 9th house is trining Saturn in the 5th. So it's so funny because when I closed my eyes to channel messages for you guys, I was getting Kris Jenner, you know, the Kardashians' mother. So, and it actually does make sense because Mars in Cancer could be protection, like protect the little ones, you know, but this could also be protect your beliefs, protect yourself. And it's getting along easily with Saturn in the 5th. So you guys may be taking action based off of something you're nurturing, creating when it comes to self-expression or a side hobby, a side hustle, with artsy things, whatever this is, something creative. The 5th house is the inner child. It is the child. So yeah. Or for some of you wanting to have kids with Mars in the 9th house, I think you guys would be taking action to have children at this time, and taking it more seriously. Oh, that's why. Okay. Because that was another thing I channeled where I was like, I'm not telling them this. Okay. Like there's no way, that's weird. But I was getting something like having sex around this time would be so much easier, but like also protect yourself, like use protection, just because I think it may be super easy with this type of transit, maybe because it's how it's placed with you guys, like to, you know, take it to the next level. I tried to do my research on that one too. I felt like I wasn't finding much, but I know what I saw, I know what I channeled. So yeah. All right, doing the work you need to do to get whatever it is done. Seeing through people's real motives intuitively. Example, but why are you really doing this? And this includes yourself. Having a plan before taking action, and this will come easily. Sexual feelings come easily on this day, so make sure to have your boundaries up for those that are looking for something more than just to hook up, because others will be looking for just that in order to feel nurtured, emotionally fulfilled. So what am I saying? Protect yourself. Anything else? So for example, if Saturn's the father and Mars is the child, it's not that Saturn creates these restrictions because everything around you hates you, and you guys may feel this way for some of you with Mars in the 9th house. It's more about, because there would be anger for some of you with some type of belief system, or like things aren't working out, blah, 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 blah. Saturn wants you to have a plan. Saturn does not want you to just like go for it. Like, no. He wants you to sit down. He wants you to write out what it is you want and clearly write out steps in order to get it. He wants you to be responsible. Anything else I want to say to that one? Mars in Cancer. How do you talk to yourself? That's also what I'm getting right now. With Saturn ruling your 3rd house in Capricorn and Leo's in your 10th house. In general, this is the sun. Are you guys nice to yourselves? You need to be in order to manifest. March 31st, Saturn in Pisces in that 5th house will be sextiling Uranus in Taurus in the 7th. So Saturn and Uranus, because Uranus is like the rebellious one, right? But still, if you pay attention to Aquarius energy, they still want rules. They want things that make sense. Like, again, but anyway, so what did I get for this? Going with the flow, taking your time. You do not need to make a fast decision. What's the rush? So I channeled, listen to your heart before you say goodbye to something you believe you should, but at the same time not wanting to. So the 5th and the 7th house are talking to each other. I think for a lot of you, this is going to be talking about romance, relationships, wanting to spend money on something you know you shouldn't. Go slow, cautious, a light switch going on, a reality check, trying to get to something in order to make you happy, taking your creativity more seriously, taking your budget more seriously, connected to a gut feeling you already knew about. Okay. So, again, I feel like this is going to be getting serious about your wallet, because Uranus and Taurus, to me, it just talks about what do you really value? What type of contracts do you guys want to sign? So for those of you that are thinking about moving, can you really afford it? For those of you that are thinking about getting into a serious relationship, are you able to express yourself in the way that's needed when you're taking romance seriously? Because I'm getting that, yeah, you may want to have fun, but you may want it to lead to something serious. For those of you where it's talking about work, can you actually make money off of this side hustle or creativity? Or can you start working on your self-expression? Can you start working on your throat chakra without thinking you're a bad person or people who do this are bad? All right. All right, let's yeah, with Libra in the 12th and Saturn in your 5th in Pisces, this is definitely talking about contracts for some of you. And to apply common sense here, because your emotions with Aquarius in the 4th house, it's like you may feel more powerful if you do X, Y, Z, but is that the truth? That's something you're supposed to connect to this month. All right, so let's sum it all up. Okay, so for the month of March, what can my sun, moon, rising Scorpios expect to be feeling, going through, manifest? Where do I want to start? Cancer, 9th house, Mars is here. A lot of you have a lot of anger regarding a belief system or feeling like your belief system has failed you. You may have difficulty manifesting during this time because your emotions are up and down with Pluto and Aquarius in that 4th house, and it would connect to Uranus in the 7th house in Taurus. Relationships, connections, serious partnerships. It's like you would feel potentially that things are unfair while Lilith was in Libra in your 12th house. There's no justice, and you guys value justice when it comes to Sagittarius energy. So I want to say, I feel like the big overall energy for you guys in the month of March is believe, have faith despite things not always going as planned or not working out the way you had hoped. There could be conflicts at this time when it comes to just a belief system in general. You may want to vocalize the things you believe in and you're not getting good feedback. Or it could be that people are making you feel bad about yourself for a belief you do have in. With that stellium in Pisces in the 5th house, I think a lot of you may want to express something, or you may actually have negative energies about people who openly express themselves publicly. It could stem from a belief system you guys had growing up, maybe something you witnessed about the mother, because of Pluto and Aquarius again. Or not just Pluto and Aquarius, it's like Aquarius energy in the 4th house gives me moon and Aquarius energy. It's either somebody very analytical, intellectual, logical. They just want the proof and evidence, and okay, they back it up, they support it. But they are not so much into just going with the flow, or going with, I want to say, mystical things, non-tangible things. Although Aquarius energy is definitely intuitive, but this being in the 4th house, it could have manifested where your emotions are up and down, up and down, up and down. So if Cancer traditionally rules that 4th house, and we have Mars currently in Cancer, I feel like you guys would be having conflicts with being able to manifest or believe in things, because you're having difficulty here because your emotions may be up and down, and it may be a ripple effect where it's like you guys can't manifest the right person, the right money, the right job. But really, it's like the universe works off of energy. So if you guys lack in, if your emotional world, your emotional realm is all like out of whack because of outside circumstances, that you have no control over, then it's like you're allowing those things to control you guys, and because it's holding you back, and you're not able to get the things you guys want. So there would be some type of inner conflict or anger around this, but really I feel like the anger would be stemming around the things that you feel are not fair, while Lilith is in the 12th house in Libra. So for a lot of you, this is going to be talking about work. You guys may be feeling like you're not getting the credit you deserve. You're not being treated the way you deserve. You're not being seen, valued, appreciated. So I think there's going to be a whole redo when it comes to how can you guys take better care of yourselves mentally or physically or emotionally. So it's either going to manifest where it's like you guys invest money in yourselves through yoga, meditation, a gym, or you're literally investing time into yourselves and loving yourselves and trying to gain more confidence so you can attract better things, or just so you can feel better. This way you feel more in control, Pluto, more control of your feelings. And then because Pluto's in the 4th house in Aquarius, and it's like if you can control this, then maybe life won't have these moments where you're stuck in some type of loop, right? With the number 8 with Scorpio energy. So it's like you guys may find yourselves in repetitive things that kind of force you to get uncomfortable in order to get comfortable. So yeah, Jupiter and Gemini in that 8th house, I think you guys will be talking a lot, or wanting to talk a lot, wanting to talk about what it is you value, or wanting to talk about, or you're just going to be thinking about your freedom, wanting freedom, or wanting to attract freedom-oriented people who don't try to control you. Or it could be manifesting where it's like you want to attract people who are smart, intellectual, open with their thoughts and opinions, but still being fair about it. Because there's something up with Jupiter and Mars. Jupiter being in your 8th house and Mars being in your 9th. I feel like there would be some inner turmoil with either believing in the dating realm, like sex, because Jupiter in the 8th house can be sex as well. Having certain beliefs based off of whatever it was you witnessed as a child when it connects to these, and how it connects to these topics. Because whatever it is you value, Uranus in the 7th house in Taurus, there's a shakeup, but again, it's all based on your power. Like if people aren't treating you a certain way, you may all of a sudden feel like, am I the problem? I know I'm not the problem. But then all of a sudden you feel powerless, and that's an energy that the universe can pick up on. So random things are happening to you in relationships, connections, business partnerships, anything where you got to sign a contract or there's an exchange of money. There would be a shakeup in order to get you to realize what it is you actually really value. Also trying to get you on the right path to the people that you should be actually connected with. Also with the South Node in Virgo in the 11th house, this is talking about the past, like people from the past watching you online. Also, this could be talking about reconnecting with people during this time that you used to work with or work for, or people who used to work for you, especially with Venus and Mercury being in the 6th house in Aries. Why? Because the 6th house traditionally is ruled by Virgo. So I feel like you guys may be talking about money with other people at this time, talking about how much money they're going to pay you, or you're going to pay them, or you guys just may be talking about money in general. You may be talking about your self-confidence, your self-worth at this time. Again, the 6th house is talking about the house of healing. How do you guys take care of yourselves? What's your daily regimen? What's your schedule? You guys would want to organize this, get better at this. You'd want to fix this. Chiron in Aries, there's some type of wound around self-confidence when it comes to the work you do, or your daily regimen, or your schedule. There's some type of pain here. What else? I think there would be pain around traveling too, is what I'm getting for some of you. Why? Because Chiron's in the 6th house and Mercury rules the 6th house. So I think of traveling or vehicles, and the fact it's in the 9th house where you can literally travel. I think some of you would be experiencing this. Or it's like due to lack in self-confidence, there's a lack in a belief in yourself, or belief in something regarding how you take action. And this would either make you procrastinate things or take action. Depends how you were raised, or what you saw growing up. The stellium in the 5th house in Pisces, especially with that north node there, I think you guys are going to be determined to figure out how to express yourselves, or figure out how to make whatever things you daydream about or fantasize about are reality. I feel like for a lot of you, this is really going to be talking about serious relationships. Why? Because Pisces rules that 12th house, and you guys have Libra there right now. I'm sorry, you guys have Libra in the 12th house. So this talks about fairness and believing in justice. But the thing is this, nothing's ever truly fair, right? Not everyone is going to compromise. So there's something here you guys are learning about this when it comes to 5th house. Let's see, 4th house, Pluto in Aquarius, coming into your power when it comes to controlling your feelings, not allowing random sudden things like breakups or just issues in relationships or your money or your wallet to disrupt what goes on in here. Why? Because then you're allowing those things to control you. And I understand you need money for rents, for the things you own, whatever it is. And you obviously love whoever you love and you don't want to break up. But at the same time, your true power is not being controlled by outside circumstances that you literally have no control over. What else? Juno in retrograde in the 2nd house of Sagittarius. There's a redo when it comes to dating. Do you guys want to date? And if so, what type of people do you want to date? There's something about freedom-oriented energy, but not feeling so freedom-oriented. Especially with Vesta in retrograde and Lilith in Scorpio in your 1st house. I think you guys will be feeling passionate about yourselves, maybe tapping into that darker side in order to manifest the things you guys actually want, in order to better control your own emotions and feelings. And people will go gaga over you guys too with that Lilith in the 1st house. You heard it here first. I think with that full moon in 23 degrees, something will be illuminated when it comes to work, when it comes to your group of friends, when it comes to how you social network, how you put yourself out there. I think something will be illuminated when it comes to contracts, business partnerships, relationships, because Uranus rules Aquarius, and this traditionally belongs in that 11th house, but instead you have Virgo there. So I just think something would be going on about the things you take serious or the things you guys value, the things you guys have invested time into and you don't want to let go. But also I think your body, for a lot of you guys, something's going to be illuminated. It could be your throat chakra, like something suddenly happening with people from the past that you've been intimate with, and then like reaching back out. With the new moon in Aries and 9 degrees in your 6th house, I think this is something new happening when it comes to work. Feeling motivated or believing in yourself. It could connect more so with confidence, healing that Chiron in Aries. Anything else? I think what you guys are being asked for from the universe this month with that stellium in the 5th house and the 6th house, and there being this back and forth energy, to me, it gives me Virgo Leo energy, which is like, how can you do what you love and make it practical, make sense? So I think, and this I think can manifest with dating and relationships too. How can you guys get the people you want, or how can you just do the things you want to do? Is there anything else I want to say to this? Hold on. With Neptune going in your 6th house in Aries, to me, since Pisces rules, since Neptune rules Pisces and you have Pisces in the 5th, I think you guys will become the magicians in the work area, like making work the place you actually want to work for, or trying to find it at least, taking action here. Definitely getting the contracts you want because you guys have Libra in the 12th. Finding ways to make the dream a reality when it comes to either your daily regimen, forgiveness, healing your body, trying holistic practices, being connected with the divine, spirituality, whatever it is you guys believe in. Like realizing that and adding something like this every day into your life will sprinkle a little bit of magic for the better, because I think you guys are definitely connecting to how can you get your power, how can you feel powerful, and it really connects to your emotions and your feelings either being in the way because you may be stuck on the past thoughts, past anger, because of injustice. So it's like if you put all that energy into yourself, Lilith, Vesta, retrograde, first house, Scorpio, Pluto in the fourth house in Aquarius, Uranus in Taurus, seventh house. Like if you just become like a freedom-oriented individual, which I feel like you guys are, but you have to give that energy back to other people too. You got to let people be people without trying to control them, right? I think you just got to put time and energy into yourselves. That's to learn magic is really what I'm getting with Lilith in Scorpio, Jupiter in the 8th, Pluto in the 4th. It's literally magic. All right, I think that's all I got for you guys this month. Definitely people from the past, reconnecting, people you've worked with or people you slept with. And you just may realize like this doesn't do it for you. All right, guys, I'm wishing you the best of luck in the month of March. Bye.